What is up, everybody, and welcome to this special live event here to wrap up 2025 and a beautiful year of reading. My name is Adrian M. Gibson. I am one of the co-hosts of SFF Addicts podcast, also the author of Mushroom Blues, my debut novel. And we'll go around and we'll introduce everybody. I'll introduce my co-host first, Greta Kelly. How you doing, Greta?
Good. Hi. Yeah, I'm one of the co-hosts of SFF Addicts podcast. I'm also the author of these chunky babies. We've got the Warrior Witch duology and the Queen of Days. MJ, popcorn to you.
MJ.
Right, popcorn.
Hot potato.
Hi, I'm MJ Kuhn. I'm the third co-host of SFF Addicts, and I'm the author of the Tales of Tomorrow duology. Kicks off with this, the blue baby, Among Thieves. So, yeah, check that out.
And we are live streaming this on the FanFiAddict YouTube channel. So hello to everyone who's joining us from over there. You're all familiar with us. We're also live streaming this on the Talking Story channel. And joining us are Jacob and John. John, you want to introduce yourself?
My name is John Minton. And look, I am just thrilled that Adrian came into my life and allowed me to simulcast. Are you kidding me? I'm on more than one channel at one time. Someone has to shut this down. This is too much. There's too much power. It's too much pressure on me.
Off the fucking rails. 1 minute.
We are way off. We are way off the rails. My name is John Minton. I'm the least impressive J in this J.A.J. Minton book that came out this year. And I'll turn it over to my co-host, the best producer on BookTube. Well, really, that's Adrian. Honestly,
No. Jacob's got
no. We don't know what's going on here.
Can we be equals? Can we be equals just to not?
You're co-best producers. Yeah.
Okay. My name is Jacob. I am also the co-host of Talking Story, and I did not know that we were shouting ourselves out. So my book over there is the same book.
He's the other J in J.A.J.
Yeah. He's the far more impressive J.
I too am concerned that my dad being in two places at once is too much for this world. So
it's something's got to give, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we're in like the multiverse of YouTube. It's great.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I support it.
Take that, Marvel. You ruined it, and now we're taking over.
We're taking over multiverse.
It's ours now, and also with us from our pod, the lovely Laura and Hannah. Fans of the show who've listened in past years already know Laura and Hannah, but if you two want to introduce yourselves. Laura, go for it.
We are Hannah and Laura. We are from our podcast. On Wednesdays, we read and we do deep dives into series one book at a time and talk about some of the more interesting things going on in different books that we cover. And we also do author interviews and a lot of other fun things. We talk a lot of TV and joke a lot about things.
We are two best friends with the podcast, and as everyone knows, those have never existed before, so it's brand new. It's ahead of its time.
It's a really good stick, though.
Yeah, it's really, really unique. So
I think it's going to catch on.
It's a trope for a reason. It works.
The cuttingest of edges.
John, I'm going to throw this out for you.
Yeah.
You have two shelves finally, so you're multiversing your bookshelves and YouTube?
That's Jacob finally has two shelves.
That's me.
Yeah, that's you.
I had one shelf for like 6 months after moving here, and I just got a second 2 days ago. So now it looks.
It does not frame well just to have one shelf in the back.
Cheers for two shelves. Heck yeah.
Thank you.
Double the books.
I've been yelling at him for 6 months to get another shelf. You guys come along and we simulcast, and he magically has two shelves behind him.
I'll do it for all these lovely.
It was in the contract.
Exactly.
We're a good influence, is what you're saying, John. I've never heard that before about myself.
I won't do it for you, Dad, but I'll do it for all these other people.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'll do it for the people that matter.
Well, you matter to me, John. Don't you worry.
Right.
There he is. He's all chipper again. All right. Well, I'm really excited to just hang out with all of you because you're all fantastic people. And, I've had the pleasure of hanging out with John in person. Lauren, Hannah, we've hung out in the past virtually. It's my first time seeing your face, Jacob. It's really nice. And MJ and Greta, I see them all the time. So
Yeah, you're
sick of us. That's fine. Yes, we just jinxed it.
Holy shit. This multiverse is popping off.
Talk about simulcasting.
Yeah. I needed to
Time
disappear.
together.
If I had water in my mouth, I would have spit take.
I think this might become a drinking game, MJ.
Yeah. I like this. All right. So if anyone is drinking on this fine Monday evening, Anytime Greta and MJ repeat what the other says, then swig. Just
Have
take a
swig
big
on
old
us.
swig.
Yeah.
Just want to say thank you to all the people that are joining us here in the live chat. We've got a ton of awesome folks. Just gonna throw some names up. We got Carson got books. Hello, Carson. Justin. Cubon Boy. 69. That's a throwback to like my Xbox days when everyone has 69 in their usernames.
Right? Or 420. Yeah.
Chris, the writing jester. Hello. We got Momo, Gen X. We got a bunch of people here in the chat. We're very, very grateful that all of you are here joining us on a Monday to talk books, which is what we all love on SFF Addicts, on Talking Story, on our pod. We're all talking about the books that we love. But just to wrap up this year, we wanted to first start off by looking back on the things that we've been enjoying. If each of you want to reminisce a little bit on a memory that really stood out to you, whether it's like podcasting related or book related or what have you, just something that was really meaningful to you this year. We'll start off with you, Greta.
Oh gosh. Well, you're gonna make me take the obvious one. Is
I was gonna say,
WorldCon, bitches.
Can we like three of us just combine that one? Yeah.
We got the dream team together in one area, and we made a little thing that you guys may have seen.
Just a little thing.
Just a little thing.
And we do.
Yeah, I mean that was for me probably just like the most because we started this podcast in 2021, and MJ, you joined me in 2023, and then Greta, this is your first year with us, and you just jumped on board, and it was like,
this is why we said Greta's our good luck charm.
She's our good luck charm. Yeah.
She was the missing puzzle piece to bring it all together.
Yeah, we get Greta on the podcast, and then it's like, all right, we're doing a live show with like George R.
Shit's
Martin
just
and
happening.
Brent Sanderson, Robin Hoffman,
Greta's like,
and
I just make things happen. I don't mean to.
You know.
no big deal, man. No big deal. But that for me was just like hands down. Worldcon as a whole was so much fun just to meet everyone, hang out with John, get approving dad looks, hang out at the bar, go to panels, moderate panels, all that stuff, and then do that crazy ass live episode of the podcast that we just kind of like somehow
We like
made our
manifested it.
like we
Yeah.
manifested headlining a convention.
Mhm.
And yeah, that was
It's surreal. It's
Yeah.
really feel very real. Like I think about it,
No.
it's like, oh yeah, that's something I did. Wait a minute, that's something
Right.
I did.
that was something we did like 4 months ago.
yeah.
We dream
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
Also, I'm gonna throw this out there. Cubon Boy, me bullying Austin from Tudor Ramble on the book club. Shout out to Austin and Richard over at Tudor Ramble. I had a fun time doing a book club of Mushroom Blues over there, and I have a good relationship with them, such that I feel confident enough to bully him a little.
You know enough about them that you have personal info.
Oh yeah, but also
Bully them.
he
He's
gave
got
my
the
book,
deeds.
he gave my book like a 2 out of 5 stars. So then I was like, I
it's all him on.
I felt invigorated to bully.
Revenge bullying.
Yeah,
You were fighting for your book offspring. I understand.
exactly. For my like little paper mushroom. Yeah, it's like this is a pride thing now, dude. Jacob, what about you, man? What's something you've been enjoying this year, or something that stood out to you as a really nice memory?
Oh man, honestly, it might be the Sun Eater Gala that we just had a couple weeks ago. When I think about like my favorite moment that we've done since we started the channel, it's probably Dragonsteel, because it was such a big moment to go to our first convention, and I wasn't a huge part of the channel by then, so it was just like watching a bunch of people be excited to meet my dad, which was really weird. And then I became more of a part of the channel, and people were excited to meet me, so it felt like I was much more in the community, and it was so cool to see people in person and hang out. And we closed down, I think, like 3 bars after the event. That was
I love it. Wait, did you bar hop and go from one closed bar to the one?
we
that was still
did,
open?
but not on purpose.
We closed down several. Yeah.
We went to one that was too busy. Then we went to another that closed shortly
Mhm.
after we got there. Then we went to another that had a wedding and they wouldn't serve us. So then we ended up at a final one and closed that one down. But that, yeah,
Just
that
went
was
on an
nice.
adventure.
probably my favorite part of the year.
I love it. And famous dad, what about you?
This year was pretty packed, man. Worldcon with you guys was amazing. Like I remember loading up in the car and just having a great trip to Bookborn's house. And
Can we just shout out real quick to if I don't know if I think you mentioned it on your channel in your like Worldcon recap, but we got a little unhinged in a car ride.
It
We
was
did
so
get a little-
fun.
Basically
Well, and this was before
created
anyone
like
had a drop to drink for the
yeah.
record.
We were very
This
sober.
was sober.
Yeah, we were sober.
We
That was
basically
a
created
great-
like New Jersey gangster alter egos.
Hey, so no, I was
John the Mint
Hey,
and
hey.
MJ the Raccoon.
I don't even remember what we said. Worldcom was great. The Sun of Your Gala was amazing that we just got back from. It was an amazing year. I mean, bringing out a book that Jacob and I and my wife and his mom wrote together, and then
Oh yeah, we released a book this year. I should have said that. Whoops.
like
Congratulations.
That's why you
by
brought
the
your
way,
dad.
on-
He can do
on-
it for you. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let him do it.
a couple weeks ago, hearing like the 7 narrators, like how they brought that book to life, like there have been some real high points this year. It's been pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like, just straight up debuting is a monolithic moment. So congrats
Unique
to you guys and your wife
experience, Yeah.
on releasing
you.
Discovery. Yeah,
Thank you, man.
yeah. And I failed because I meant to get to Discovery before we did this, but it's
It's
next
all
up
good,
on my
man.
TBR.
It's
I'm
all
glad
good.
it
Although I
I
did
got
get to Mushroom Blues.
I appreciate it, man. Thank
I
you.
did. It was really good. I
You
enjoyed
beat
it.
me to it.
Yeah, there's
God
great
damn it.
stuff in there.
All right, well, we'll just throw it out to some of the people in the chat real quick. This is a good one. We got Mac Scarfield coming in with some of their top 5 releases. Just if anyone wants to throw your favorite reads into the live
Yeah.
chat and get the discussion going. Really excited to hear what everyone else has been reading. We also got some comments from our patrons, the SFF Addicts patrons, sharing some of their stuff as well. So just shout out to all of you. And Brothers of the Wind by Tad Williams is a fantastic book.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Ash is a man.
Yeah. We got some good ones in here. All right. Hannah, what about you? What's a fun memory from this year? Something that really stood out to you?
Well, I feel like Laura and I went back to the year of the Dresden, which is always huge for us because we read actually a Dresden book that we liked, which is never heard of. But that was really fun coming back to that this summer because we read the first 6 books, took a break. I got married, then we came back to them, did a deep dive. So that was definitely one for the podcast. And then a little personal, I started an editing group for my first book coming out hopefully sometime in the future. And I actually got my first beta read with First Notes. So that was
Nice.
pretty
Nice.
huge for
That's
me. So,
exciting. Congratulations.
Thank
Congrats.
you.
Very, very huge.
yeah.
Congratulations on getting married, by the way. I feel like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking
That was-
glazed over that.
That was last year's best of. Like it's
Oh,
old
okay.
news now. It's already a year in. It's old. Like
Man, we're just glossing over shit. I released a book, but you know what was more fun? Or like I got married.
That's
I
kind of
read
a gala.
I had a
I mean, you
successful
know-
year of marriage. That's pretty cool.
There you
Found-
go.
that is an achievement. Yes.
Found a soulmate, but let me tell you about my beta readers.
But dude, John, that is
Stronger
another
vibes.
type of soulmate.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Absolutely.
Finding a good
Yeah.
beta reader is like finding a soulmate.
For
your
you're
book.
not lying.
Yeah. Laura, what about you?
So I feel like in terms of the podcast, we had some really good discussions about television this year. And we have started doing these TV Tuesdays, and we've had on some of our friends to talk about some awesome TV. And if you want to check out some of those episodes, I think that'd be great. We talked about Daredevil with Adam Bassett, and we talked about Jujutsu Kaisen with Moses Utomi. We
Nice.
talked about so many good TV shows.
We
and
talked about
have
Fallout
more
with
coming down the pipe.
SFF Addicts. Like,
Yeah, that was last year. Yeah.
yeah.
We talked about a ton of really good TV shows. We recently just talked about the Murderbot series with a bookseller from Wisconsin from Boswell's Books. And I've really just enjoyed putting together those TV Tuesday episodes, honestly, a little bit more than some of our book content recently. But they've just been
We
a ton of
love the
fun.
book content, but we also love watching Taskmaster, so we can't help it.
We really
Ooh.
love TV. So I've really enjoyed doing those. And then just like personally, Hannah and I got to meet up in person, and we went to a live recording of the Bechtelcast podcast in Wisconsin, and
Nice.
that was so fun. So I'm going to just throw out another recommendation. Everyone go listen to the Bechtelcast. It's amazing. It's a feminist podcast where they watch movies and then rate them based on a nipple scale and then also like just try to determine whether or not the movie passes the Bechdel test. And it's a really great podcast, so highly recommend.
Okay, I feel like we're losing out by not having anything equal to or greater than a
I was
nipple
going to
scale.
say, you
Yeah.
had me
Yeah.
at nipple
Yeah,
scale.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a really great
Amazing.
scale.
That is a really good scale.
I mean, how does the nipple scale work? I'm really curious now.
You rate the movie on an intersectional feminist lens. And so
Yeah.
they say 1 out of 5 nipples if it's something terrible. Or, if you're watching The Departed, it's a great film, but how does it rate on the nipple scale? What are
Okay.
you going to do?
Yeah.
The recording we saw was covering the first episodes 1 through 3 of Star Wars, so you can guess that those did not get very high ratings.
I mean, there are very few nipples to give for Star Wars.
They
sorry to
they spliced together every time a woman interacted with another woman, and I think it took 3 minutes for
Was it-
3 movies. So
I think
Oh, no.
I think it was less than a minute. Was what it was.
less than a
And a
minute.
half.
We're breaking down the nipple scale right now.
Yeah.
Hannah, do you want to
Go follow
repeat
the
it real quick?
Bechtelcast.
So the nipple scale is on the Bechtelcast, where they rate movies on an intersectional feminist lens, 1 to 5 nipples. 1 for The Departed, I'm going to bring it up again, and 5 for something that just is stellar on its intersectionality for women or just BIPOC people in movies actually marginalized groups actually having a developed storyline is pretty key for their scale.
Are the nipples different colors, or how does it
I
work?
mean,
Sometimes
so
they
you
get
do-
hairs. It depends.
So you do get to give your nipples to people. You get to be like, I
Oh,
give
wow.
1 nipple to that lady in the grocery store because she had good energy in that movie. So
Yep.
It's like, I'm sorry, I have to give you a hairy nipple. It's not going to be
Yeah,
the most pleasant.
So Laura and I will hear all of your favorite books, and then we will make you rate them on the nipple
Okay.
scale. It's just what
Yes.
we're gonna
Love
do.
it.
Can Goodreads
High pressure.
become? Yeah, Goodreads should become good breasts, and then we'll all
Yeah.
we'll all rate them on nipple scale. Yeah.
We try and be PG on our channel. This is
Oh.
crazy to
Oh,
me.
sorry.
Oh, so
No,
sorry.
This is so entertaining to me.
Sorry to everyone over on Talking
I
Sword.
did not
This is
realize
a
that.
different vibe.
I love it.
Fried green tomatoes, 5 nipples.
Exactly. I think they watched that movie, so go check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, amazing, amazing. All right, well, nipples. I don't have any way to segue away from that. Just one more thing to shout out before we move on to talking about our favorite reads. We have a Kickstarter that's live right now, and it's in its final, I think 68 hours or something like that. It wraps up on December 4th, and that is the Book of Spores, which both MJ and Greta have stories in, and then I am one of the co-editors of it. So that's this anthology that we're running on Kickstarter right now. If anyone's interested, go checking it out. The links are in the description, and we really appreciate anyone supporting this crazy ass fungal anthology that we've been working on and running this big campaign and everything like that. So just wanted to say thank you to everyone who supported the Kickstarter so far. It's been probably the most stressful 3-week condensed period of my life, where it's like launching a book, but then it just never ends.
I would argue that the few weeks before WorldCon with all the coordination were probably more stressful.
Maybe, I don't know. Worldcon was it was more prolonged, and it was a
That's
little
true.
bit
It
more
was more
piecemeal.
spread out.
Yeah.
This is a little
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
condensed.
Yeah, where this is just 3 weeks of ratchet up and just deal with it.
It's just a
Yeah.
3-week marathon.
Just a 3-week marathon.
That is a
But yeah,
beautiful
so-
book, though.
Thank you, my friend. I
Dude,
appreciate
that
it.
cover,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
It's
shout out
so
to Jeff
gorgeous.
Brown.
Yeah.
He did an amazing job with that, and,
And we're
really
so
grateful.
close to getting the interior illustrations, right, Adrian?
Yeah.
We're only a couple.
Yeah.
Jenny Coots, who I actually met over in the UK at World Fantasy Con, who's really amazing. She ran the art show that was there. And then just turns out she's like an amazing artist herself, like a digital painter, but also does illustrations. So yeah, we'll get those in the interior if we hit 45K. But yeah, we're in our last couple days, so we really appreciate everyone who's backed the project so far. If they want some like weird fungal sci-fi fantasy horror stories in their life, not directly tied into Mushroom Blues except for my story, because someone wrongly assumed that this was like a Mushroom Blues tie-in anthology, and I was like,
everything is set in the Fungalverse.
not at all, dude, not at all. All right, well, let's get into discussing our favorite reads of the year, which I'm really, really excited about. These are basically our top 2 picks, so each of us are going to do our number 2 pick, and then we're going to do our number 1 pick. We'll do it a little bit of like a round robin style, so we'll just go around, and then everyone can speak a little bit to what the name of their book is, why they love it so much, and if anyone else has read that book, then they can jump in with some comments at the end. And I will start off with, I know this is like a really, really well-known book, but I don't care, and it took me a long time to get to it, and I'm so happy that I did. And it turns out 2025 was like my year of romantic subplots, which I did not expect, but The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller.
Okay.
I love that one.
That is a
So
good one.
I read Circe. Is it Circe?
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
never-
Circe.
Yeah, Circe.
Another good one by Madeline Miller.
Yeah, fantastic book, and I read that one probably about like 5 years ago. But this one just hit a little closer to home for me. The basic premise is like, if anyone knows from Greek history, the story of Achilles, but also of his best friend / lover, Patroclus. And this is kind of like a retelling, it's like the mythological retelling type subgenre that has popped up over the last like 10 years or so. But I think this is probably one of the most iconic within that subgenre, and for good reason. It's really damn good. Like, it's so good. Essentially, like, it's following Achilles' journey, his tragic journey, from the perspective of Patroclus. But Patroclus's journey is kind of like a Bildungsroman. And it's like this really interesting parallel where it's like Achilles is good at everything, and Achilles can, like, he's just like goddamn Superman, just like whatever he wants to do, he can do. Whoever he wants to have sex with, he can have sex with, and whatever. Achilles is the greatest. And Patroclus is kind of like, that
And I'm
don't-
also here.
yeah 100%. He's like that dude who's just sitting on the sidelines, just like, kind of like moping.
I want to
'cause-
play.
yeah someone pick me for their team, but nobody does. And so it's really beautiful to see how Madeline Miller crafted this dual narrative of portraying Achilles and his journey, but also giving Patroclus his own very, very, very satisfying character arc, and building this relationship and this romance between these two characters. And so from my perspective, it's like the romance and the relationship between these two characters is kind of like the thread that weaves these two narratives together. And it's really cool to be able to see how Patroclus is reacting to the achievements and follies of such an epic figure in history like Achilles. And so there are these things that we know. It's like, if you've seen the movie Troy, you know about Brad Pitt and his sexy abs and everything like that, and you know what happens, right? It's like, you know the story of Achilles, and you know the tragedy that entails, but it's kind of like the build up towards that in this book is so beautifully written, and her prose is just unbelievably poetic and beautiful. And even, it's not necessarily like purple prose. It's like she's very good at balancing like the emotional weight of a sentence without making it overbearing. And so she has a lot of beauty in her word choices, but she doesn't force it to linger longer than it needs to. And so there is like a lot of control in the way that she paces the book, in the way that she describes things, in the way that she has these characters interacting with one another. And I was just like, I kind of ruined my year when it was like, this was like, I read this in February, and And I was like, well shit. I don't know if I can top that, you know. And I
Fair.
did with one single book, which I will talk about later on. But I started off 2025 with like literally one of the best books I've ever read. And The Song of Achilles just like sunk itself into my brain and my heart and created this deeply engaging, beautiful story of romance and tragedy, while at the same time interweaving all of this interesting stuff about Greek mythology and, you know, the adventures of Achilles and stuff. It's not like it wasn't full of thrilling moments and action and things like that. It's just like you got to see a different perspective on history, which is what I think the best mythological retellings do, is they give you new perspectives on something that is very familiar. And at the end of the day, it was like such a memorable read for me and still lingers with me all these months later. So The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, it's like such a massive best-selling book for a reason. And I loved it. And I highly recommend it to anybody out there who's into mythological retellings, or who likes the idea of mythology with like really strong character and relationship building and that kind of stuff. So yeah, go get it. It's great. Greta, your turn.
Yeah, my second pick is Lightfall by Ed Crocker. This little beautiful baby.
Yeah.
This is one of those books I really feel like flew under the radar this year. And it deserves more love. So I'm glad I can shout out about it a little bit because Ed is awesome. But Lightfall follows a palace maid in this city full of vampires and sorcerers and werewolves. And her name is Sam. And in the city, just before or right as the book begins, one of the city's most powerful lords' son is murdered under, you know, obviously very nebulous circumstances. And Sam discovers the one and only clue to solving the murder. But rather than giving that clue to the authorities, she decides that she's going to use it to blackmail her way into a better lot in life. And if that sounds cutthroat, it is. But it kind of should be, because this is a world, like I said, populated by vampires and werewolves and sorcerers, and interestingly, no humans. But these creatures called Greys, who might be zombies, you don't know. They're just kind of these boogeyman type creatures that have gone city to city and just slaughtered everybody. And so now there's like two cities of vampires holding out against these onslaughts, and no one can leave, and very few people are allowed in. And it's just this like pressure cooker of a setting that's really fun to play into. And through the whole story, Sam, like I said, she's a vampire, but she's at the bottom rung of society, which I don't think I've ever actually read a story that had vampires in it where they weren't like the top of the top, the upper crust, the most beautiful, the most rich, you know, all enter superlative here, and that's vampires for you. But in this story, they occupy all strata, and it was really interesting to see that push and pull of what that looks like if you live forever, but you're also suffering forever, and what you will do to get yourself out of that. Sorry, guys, I have a little bit of a cold. So aside from Sam being an awesome primary character, this book was populated by a bunch of other really standout characters. There are these two sorcerers that are kind of like a Sherlock and Watson style duo. And there's this really cutthroat werewolf assassin. There's this Duchess who's a vampire, and she may or may not be controlling this cabal of maids who go around blackmailing people. Which, whenever you say the words cabal of maids, I'm here for it. It's just take my money.
Your summoning spell.
Exactly. That's all I needed to know. It's great. I'm here. But all of these characters interacting and getting to see them come together and find common ground and find a common enemy. Oh, I love that. I love whenever there's like a ragtag group of heroes coming together. It's, you know, it's what I try to do in Queen of Days. MJ did it spectacularly in Among Thieves. If you liked Lies of Locke Lamora or Empire of the Vampire, like Lightfall should be an easy pick up and read for you. It's the first in a series, and I think the next book comes out next year.
June, I believe.
June? Okay.
Yep.
I can't wait. So you have plenty of time to read it before the next book comes out. It's fast-paced, and, you know, you can help you like disassociate straight out of any forced family functions that you might have coming up. So go pick
Sorry
it
for
up.
all the TBR wrecks like right before Christmas.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry. But for me, another reason that this had to be on my list of favorites for the year is because it's also the first book that I did with SFF Addicts as an official co-host.
Aw.
So little shout out to the podcast.
What's your origin story? with
Yeah.
us?
But yeah, Lightfall was so much fun, and like, you know, Ed is my editor, so I have a lot of love
Slightly
for him.
biased.
Very biased, very much so. But I love the way that he played with vampires in like a socio-economic kind of way, where it was like there is like stratification
Yeah.
amongst the vampires, and it's like who has access to like what quality of blood and all this kind of stuff was super cool. We got to talk with Ed about this as well. It's just like it's interesting to see people, and this is what I love about Jay Kristoff's series as well, is like playing with something as kind of like set in stone as vampires
Or
in
fraught even
in
after
like the
early
pop
aughts.
culture imagination, and kind of
Yeah.
like playing around with it in interesting ways that feel fresh. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even like vampires, and I really enjoyed. I'm somebody who's like, do not give me any more vampire stories, but I really liked Lightfall a lot.
Yeah. Fantastic. Jacob, what about you, my friend? Turn your microphone on.
Yeah.
Your microphone's
can't hear
off,
you.
dude.
Whoops. Hello.
Classic
Way
remote.
Way to go, best producer.
I was saying I'm glad I sneaked away for a second to grab a book because I'll be honest, I didn't know I was supposed to have a number 2 pick. So I may not be very well spoken. I was not prepared.
Did your dad not give you the memo, man?
This will
No.
be from the heart. I support it.
You know what? You get all the emails I get.
That's
don't
true.
look at
You two
those.
share the same email address.
Yeah,
That-
it's the
that
same
is true.
email account.
It's
You
partially
can't
my
hide from
fault.
this. There's no
It's
hiding.
partially my fault. But
John,
Partially.
you're missed apparently.
so long as I've also seen you not talk. My number 2 pick for the year was one that is written by a dear friend of ours, Janny Wurts, who I knew was very, very talented, but I didn't know that she was a genius. And it was also the first book that I read in the year. It was Curse of the Mistwraith, which is her first in the Wars of Light and Shadow series. A lot of people talk about how difficult this story is to read because Janny's prose often gets described as being really dense. I wouldn't call it dense. Dad always calls it transportive. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's kind of got a lot of like 80s old school dark fantasy vibes about 2 brothers that are kind of forced to embark on this adventure together, kind of outcasts, not by will, and they're destined to be enemies. And the story kind of rolls on from there. And the in-depth world building is so beautiful and powerful and well written that you'll find yourself caring about the environment as well as the characters. It was really incredible to watch how she did that. And part of the way that she's able to accomplish that is with her prose, because there are so many sentences, like maybe at least once a chapter, I would find myself just like, I have to stop and just think about that sentence because the way that it was crafted was so beautiful. And it comes out with a final product where everything comes together to create one story that just feels human. And I've described other books that way before. And what I mean by that is like when you have a character that you would walk into traffic for, that feels like you could be friends with them, even though you know that they're just somebody on a page. You feel like this writer was able to capture what it is to be human in this person, and therefore I feel like I care for them. And it's tragic, it's heartfelt, it is awe-inspiring. And I think when I was a little bit younger, like I wanted to write a fantasy exactly like this, and now that I've read this, I know that I'll never write a fantasy half as good as that. So I'm just happy to like get to experience it.
Yeah, and honestly, dude, like Janny is one of the most supportive people on social media.
Yeah.
Like she's always there, just like there's a retweet, there's like a repost, there's a like, and it's so cool to see someone who is at her skill level and her position in the community still supporting so many up and coming authors. And like I've only read one of Janny's books, but I haven't read that one. I'd really like to get into more of her stuff.
And she's not just supportive with her outreach. She's also, like I said, she's brilliant, but she's so willing to teach. Like we had finished our book. We thought we had finished our book, and then we sent it to Janny, and she was like, no, do this. And we were like, okay. And we rewrote it with her advice. And we're like, oh, that last draft kind of sucked, actually. Now that we've taken Janny's advice, I can see. And it was just like one phone call that we had with Janny where I learned more about writing in 40 minutes than I had in like 4 years. It was incredible.
Yeah. Shout out to Janny. You're awesome.
Yeah.
Also, Jacob, you're getting a lot of crap in the chat for missing production meetings.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I'm trying to talk about how much I love this book.
It's totally fair. It's totally fair.
All right. Cool it off.
Come on, people. Yeah, cool it down. Just because we're getting a little unhinged with SFF Addicts doesn't mean you can be mean. Come on now. Also, I think MJ is commenting in the chat. If you comment as FanFiAddict,
to myself.
Yeah, if you comment as FanFiAddict, it'll also come up as talking.
It's like the thing. Do you ever do this where you text yourself and then you're like, oh, a text message? That's what I've been doing in the chat.
MJ is like channeling her cat energy right now, and I love it.
I mean, I have multiple
so much.
Of them, so.
All right, we got some more people sharing their picks.
Ooh.
Beaktown. Jitterbug Perfume is a great name.
That's a fantastic title.
Wow.
Yeah.
Monkey Grip by Helen Garner.
It's another great name.
Fantastic. Keep sharing your picks, people. We love this. And just a lot of love for Janny in the chat, which are very well deserved. Very well deserved. As should
be.
All right. MJ, go for it.
Ooh. Okay. So I'm like, I was expecting us to be going in order this way, but we're snaking. Okay.
I'm snaking it.
I wasn't ready, but I am ready. So my first pick is Entwined by H.M. Long. This is kind of a mean pick because it's not actually out till February, but maybe it's a nice
pre-order, people.
You can pre-order and read the rest of these books in the interim. But yeah, so this is a Gilded Age inspired fantasy novel, which is a collection of words I didn't know I needed in my life until I read this. But it follows this character. Her name's Ottilie Rushforth, and she's like, it just starts, she's just like a secretary, like working for a guy. But she's like somehow embroiled in all of these mysteries. Like the guy she's working for is a private investigator. So like there's some intrigue there. But there's a bunch of different powers that be, right? We have a guild of magicians, and then we have a government that's against the guild. And then we have like some criminal organizations, and all of them want Ottilie either dead or in jail. Poor Ottilie. She's having a rough time. But it's got, here's the thing, Reader in the Desert _Sarah Beth. If you love H.M. Long, I also love H.M. Long. I've read everything she's written. This is my favorite of everything she's written. Like, I liked this better than Hall of Smoke and Darkwater Daughter.
Ooh.
And I liked both of those. Yeah, like hot take. This is my favorite H.M.
And
Long.
Darkwater Daughter was like fantastic.
Yeah, that was a great
100%.
book.
This, I smashed this book in 2.5 days. While like with work and sleeping and life in the, like, I would have read it faster if I could have. But yeah, it's super. The thing about this book too is it's action packed, and like there's, you know, the classic H.M. Long world building. This is one of the most inventive magic systems or spins on a magic system I've seen in a long time. But it is also just fun. It's fun. Like if you have watched The Mummy, the first one, and you loved Evie from The Mummy, which I do. I named a cat after her.
Also, I just heard that Brendan Fraser is coming back for a new Mummy movie.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think Rachel Weisz is too.
Yeah.
Dream team.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
But if you loved Evie, specifically in the first one, because in the later ones, which I do like the second, you know, whatever, but she gets kind of like, oh, suddenly I can wield a sword and stuff. Ottilie is Evie from the first Mummy, where it's like she's not like fist fighting anyone. She's not taking anyone to, toe to toe with a sword, but she's taking them on with her intellect and a little bit of chaotic energy and just some general irreverence. And she's fantastic. But yeah, so this book, Entwined, H.M. Long, I smashed it in a couple days. It comes out in February. If any of that sounds interesting, pre-order this like yesterday. Like you're gonna love it. I will never stop adding to your TBR.
That's what you're all here for.
I will be running to
Let's
get that
be
on
honest.
pre-order. So thank you for selling it
It's
to
our
me.
same.
Yeah. Yep, you'll love it. Yep.
Yeah, the Mummy does rock. Shout
It
out to the Mummy.
does.
Yeah,
Yes.
fantastic pick. Yeah, I'm really excited to read Entwined, and Hannah's awesome. She's just like,
She's so sweet too. Yeah.
yeah,
It's like a win-win. Yeah. You're giving
I've
money to a
loved her
good
books in the past.
person and you're reading
Yeah.
a great book.
yeah.
Win-win.
She's a new mom. Support
Also
that.
that.
Support
Yeah,
that.
also
Mom.
that, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got some more in the chat.
Ooh.
Zero Zaku read Curse of Chalion this year and The Quiet Game by Greg Isles. We've also this is a good one. Lions of
Ooh.
Aurasan.
Yes.
Nice. Piranesi.
Piranesi.
That-
is good.
That's some foreshadowing right
A book
there, I
that
believe.
no one says
Shadow.
the same way twice. So.
Piranesi. I
Piranesi,
don't know.
Piranesi,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Piranesi.
Great book, no matter what.
Yeah, fantastic.
Also, we've had many comments about nipple scales. I think it's a bit too late for us to introduce the nipple scale to the books that we've read.
Entwined
bringing it
gets
up.
5
Maybe next
nipples.
year.
All the nipples. Every nipple.
I mean, Song of Achilles gets 5 sweaty Greek nipples.
Yeah.
It's just too perfect, man. It's
Can
too
we,
good.
can we get that as a
Yeah.
blurb, Adrian, from you?
I'm sure
Oh,
Madeline
Jade
Miller would
Legacy.
really appreciate me
Yeah.
giving her a blurb like that.
Lightfall, 5 bloody nipples.
5, ooh, no. Wait, what about like 5 like poorly pierced nipples?
There we
I
go.
I
There we
don't
go.
know. Oh my god. All right, Laura, your turn.
Okay, so bear with me because I have a cold. Also, I think it's everyone in the Midwest is what I was telling Adrian earlier.
Yeah.
You gotta
Wait,
everyone here.
someone
In the air.
said something about like how many nipples would the Midwest get in terms of its
6.
weather? 6. Okay.
6
And they're
nipples.
all
Yeah.
cut into glass.
Very cold
Yeah,
and
they're all
very
cut,
cut.
through
Yeah.
glass, man. Yeah.
They
like
are
icicles.
turkey. Yeah. But getting back to my number 2 favorite book this year, anybody that follows me online or listens to our podcast is not going to be surprised. It's The Memory of the Ogisi by Moses Ose Utomi. This is part of his Forever Desert trilogy, and this is a novella trilogy, so this is the final installment in that trilogy, but they can really be read out of order, any order that you choose. I just read them in publication order, but this is just a really fantastic series that's very much based in the power of storytelling and what it means to seek out knowledge and what it means to have knowledge and the power that it can give the people who are in control of narratives. And I just think that Moses's writing is so deeply haunting and a little bit scary at times. There's a lot of deep messages in his writing, and he does such a wonderful job writing really packing a punch in such a small book.
Mhm.
And all of these books are ones that I think about all the time, and I've honestly pushed every single one of these books on pretty much everybody I know, where I'm like, you need a book to read these. And
But they're also novellas. You can be like, hey,
Yes.
they're amazing, but they're short.
yeah, it's like chips, just take them in. But they're so good, and I really can't say enough good things about it. This one is a little more fantastical than other installments in the series, and we see our main character Athiki, who is he's a scholar who's kind of trying to learn about the history of his city and kind of delving into how his city came to be, and a lot of that is explored, and how there are a lot of dangerous things that come about when you try to explore and learn more about your own history and who you are and who the people you are surrounded by are. So I'm just thrilled by this series. It's an all-time favorite series for sure. But yeah, everyone should go read this. It's so good. Read the other books too, The Lies of the Ajungo, The Truth of the Ilike. Fantastic novellas. I can't say enough good things about them.
Yeah, I adore Moses. He's just such a great human being, and his writing is
so amazing.
Like stunning.
It's so
stunning.
crisp,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone wants like this is probably like the best, like some of the best novellas I've ever read, but also just, like African inspired fantasy. This is like, if you want quintessential, like top tier African inspired fantasy, like you can't do better than what Moses has written. It's just
Or like even just new folklore, because that's the thing. It's folklore, fantasy folklore. It's so fantastic just in terms of the story structure. Oh, yeah, very good.
Yeah. Shout out to Moses. He's great. Also, we had someone earlier on who mentioned one of Moses's books. So we're glad to hear that. And we got a lot of love for Stephen King's 11/22/63 in chat.
Yeah, I haven't read that yet, but seeing all the love
Yeah.
for it, I'm like, I gotta check that one out.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah,
good.
it's a
Is
really
that
good
the
one.
one? Is that the one that has to do with like JFK?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
A person goes back in time to try to save JFK. It's a really long, but it's amazing. I read it during law school, and I was like, "Why am I reading this right now?" So,
Also, Justin, if you write a book, I would be honored to blurb it on a nipple scale or whatever.
Yeah, whatever you want.
I was gonna say, ask for a blurb at your own risk.
Adrian's just gonna start blurbing nipple scales with like no context whatsoever.
That's what I was thinking, actually. What Chris brought up. Shouldn't it be an even number of nipples for full nipplage?
We don't discriminate against half nipples,
Right?
people.
Actually, I mean, there are some
Quarter
people
nipples.
there are some people that have extra nipples too.
Yeah, see?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. So mystery solved. Dresden would have to mute himself with all his nipple talk.
He'd be all
Lauren,
about the talk.
I mean, he would be.
But no. He has too much
he would
respect
gaze
for
long.
women,
That's
but he
true. Never
notices
mind.
the nipples. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely
Well,
noticed
he gets
that he
brownie
would remove
points for
himself.
not talking about that.
Exactly.
He's a champion of women.
Oh my God. We love you, Harry Dresden. All right, John, go for it.
Yes.
buddy. You haven't talked in a while.
I've got some in there.
Does your voice still work?
Yes,
Okay.
I think so. You know what? My 1 and 2 are so close. It's hard for me to grab which one I'm going to go for 2. But I
Just
think
pick one. Yeah.
okay. I'm going to go with Jade War by Fonda Lee.
Yes.
And
Wow, golf claps for that one. That was-
I mean, look, I'm behind the
Or
curve.
we could do
Everyone's
like
read
jazz
this.
club, like snapping. If
Yeah.
you wanted to. Like a poetry
Or like
slam.
the modern thing, everyone's doing
Yeah.
this on TikTok. I don't really get it because I'm old, but
What is this, like Morse code? I don't know.
I
what
don't
this
really
is.
know, but the youngsters
I'm
in the
trapped.
chat,
Help
The tiniest
me.
little clap.
let me know what it is.
All right, John, tell us why you love Jade War so much.
Everyone's read this but me. I'm behind the curve. But I mean, the layers of this, right? At the core, at the bottom layer, you've got this family drama, like you bought this amazing ticket for a Broadway production of a Eugene O'Neill play or an Arthur Miller play, and you get to sit down and gaze through the window and watch real life happen before you in this beautiful family drama. And on top of that, you add on the pressure of a Martin Scorsese film of the crime family and what that means. So not only do we have to fight for our place in a family, or what would we give up of ourselves to fit in this family, or these types of questions, but it becomes escalated because of the pressure that it's a crime family. And then on top of that, you add in this fantastical layer of the urban fantasy of this magical jade, which brings everything to another level, where not only are you trying to find your place within a family, but you're trying to find a place within your community and larger in your nation, because you're this folkloric figure that actually moves and shakes, and you're in every room where it happens, and you're one of the big decision makers. And each of these layers dovetails and builds off of the other. The most dramatic moments are basically these moments of family drama, but they crackle with the motivation of the characters because of what they're having to go through and what they're the heights they're having to live because of the crime family drama, and then the set pieces of this fantastical jade and what it allows them to do. So each builds on the other, and as you go through, this is the second book in the trilogy, and I love the first book, but this one it just blew my hair back in so many ways. I mean, I think for her to operate on these levels throughout the book, dovetailing off of each other, it's just absolutely masterful. I mean, it's a page turner. The pace is lickety split. You can't slow down because you have to see what happens next. And then your jaw unhinges from some of these dramatic moments that happen, what these characters have to do, what they're called to do, what they don't want to do to their very core, but they're still going to do it because it's expected of them, and their duty and their honor drives them to it. It's just a beautiful urban fantasy. I would rank it as one of the top urban fantasies I've ever read.
Yeah.
Have you read Jade Legacy?
Not yet.
Buckle up.
Wait until you get to book 3. Yeah.
Can't wait to talk to you next year when it's on
my
your favorites.
God,
Yeah.
yeah. Because seriously, John, like, I adore Fonda and I adore this series. And straight up, like, it's not, for me, it's not even just like best urban fantasy series of all time. It's just like, it's one of my like top 3, period. It's so good. This, like, if anyone has watched the Godfather movies,
Yeah.
and got to the 3rd movie and left that a little bit like,
Yeah.
Jade, basically, once you get to Jade Legacy and you finish Jade Legacy, you're like, that's how it should have been.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about it that I find that so amazes me. You do have these huge set piece moments. I mean, it builds to these moments, and you do get them. But the most impactful dramatic moments will just be at a family dinner. Will just be at 2 people in a room talking. And it's that drama that crackles off because these characters have the depth and the complexity to push their motivations to enlarge whatever choice they'll make as far as trying to get that motivation. And therein lies the drama, and it just builds on each other and builds on each other. So when you're page turning just to get to the next conversation, the next battle doesn't even matter. You're trying to get to the next conversation. You're trying to get to the next family dinner. You're trying to get to the next fallout happening at this funeral that's going to happen. These are the things where these things just start to soar. And then your most dramatic moment is just between 2 people. And then it operates on so many classical storytelling levels. It doesn't, the fantasy is just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like literally everything that she does is rooted in those like interpersonal relationships.
It's all there.
But it's like someone in here was like, the way she describes food. I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
That was like the most excited I got about reading food since Redwall. And I was just like stoked all the time, dude. Twins, MJ. Drink, anybody who's playing this random ass game in the chat. But it's like everything she does, literally the world building, the magic system, all of it is like, it's so beautifully crafted and interwoven into the dynamics of that family.
And the world building, by the time you get to this one and you start getting outside of this nation and you start getting into like an arms race and what's going to happen when Jade becomes larger and who will we back to allow to have it and not have it. And it's like all the socio-political gamesmanship that's happening. It's like there's, again, layer upon layer upon layer, because you got the whole socioeconomic world building of this Jade. It's phenomenal. I mean, it's phenomenal. There's not one layer that is not done masterfully in this book, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, we got a lot of people talking about food now. That Redwall mention, dandelion jam, give it to me. I want a family dinner to describe books with family dinners. That's what Christmas is about, man.
Yeah.
It's perfect time. It's perfect time. All right, we got someone who's showing MJ some love, got Among Thieves. A lot of love for John and Jacob as well. Discovery and a lot of people's top books of the year. Thank you everyone for showing some love to these guys.
Thank you guys. That's enormously kind. Thank you.
We also got some more people adding in their picks. Shadows Upon Time. A lot of love for Chris Rocchio. A Drop of Corruption is so good, dude. I love that series. Shout out to Robert Jackson Bennett. Empire of the Dawn. Oh man. Yeah, here we got Twilight World by Werner Herzog, Discovery by J.J. Minton, Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, War Host of Vastmark by Janny and the Trees by Percival Everett. Fantastic picks right there.
Well, that's an eclectic list.
Yeah,
I don't know
man.
why I read it as Janny and the Trees, and it just sounded like a band
Janny and the
name.
Trees.
Janny and the Trees.
Classic, like
Yeah.
indie band. Yeah.
That sounds like a band that would play at like Woodstock. That's
Yeah.
I
great,
need
man.
it. I need it in my
Um,
life.
We also got some top picks from some of our patrons. Gregory Mendel, who I think is in the chat. Top 3 this year: The Surviving Spy by Kritika H. Rao, Quantel Rising by Gillian Moody, and First Ascent by Douglas Phillips. We got Ian Patterson with Metal from Heaven by August Clark, as well as Orbital by Samantha Harvey, and The Will of the Many and the Mountain in the Sea. Will of the Many by James Islington, and The Mountain in the Sea by Ray Naylor.
Ray Naylor. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic picks. All right, go for it, Hannah.
All right. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of internet issues. So if I pop out, just know that it's snowing in the Midwest and it wasn't my fault.
Problem.
But extra shout out to John. We did a deep dive in season 3 on Jade, the Greenbone saga, and it was our favorite. I think one of our
Right?
favorites of all of our seasons.
It's
So,
So good.
Yeah.
It's
so
so good.
I love
But
you, Halo.
my number 2 book of the year is actually another novella. I feel like our pod is bringing the novella treatment this year because mine is A Mouthful of Dust by Nevo. This is her 6th book in the Singing Hills cycle. It follows Cleric Chi and their Hoopoe companion, Almost Brilliant, as they travel the world collecting stories. That's their entire focus. And they do it in every book. And in every book, there's some kind of twist or turn. And it's just kind of, if you like Fonda Lee's discussion of food, you will like Nevo's discussion of food because boy, does she like talking about it. And it's amazing. And
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no, it's snowing.
Frozen on food.
I can jump in because I really love this series too. But it's
Same.
really it's really cool the way that these are all basically like standalones, and it's kind of like imagine someone like sitting next to you at a campfire and regaling you with stories of their past, and just like the way that she weaves together these discussions of this kingdom and its history, and there's just so many personal details in here. Like it's not necessarily an action-packed series or anything like that, but it's a lot about the character details and the world building details and how these different things kind of weave together. And like again, like novellas, I'm all for them. We were talking
Another series about like the power of storytelling too, for sure.
Mhm. Yeah. Laura, do you have
Write that one
anything
down,
else to
Dad. That's
say?
your jam.
Hannah had to
We had
reconnect.
Nevo on our podcast earlier this year, and we got to talk
Oh,
to her
wow.
about it. And it was a highlight of the year for sure. But it was interesting to me. I had read all of the Singing Hills cycle. I read like all of her books, like leading up into us being able to talk with Nate. But it was really interesting to me to learn that A Mouthful of Dust was originally going to be like the first book that she released, but her editor was like, I don't think the world's ready for that book yet. So reading it now in our current timeline, it's like, oh, this is timely to know that this is what has been put out now.
So sorry. Laura interviewed me with me, so she was going to talk about exactly what I was talking about. It was the second book in her series, and the agent had already purchased the series, and she gave that to them as the second one. She's like, ooh, too dark. Don't do it. And so
Let
We're
people
currently in the
settle into
darkest
this.
timeline
Yeah.
in our real lives.
Yeah.
So.
And so they said
yeah.
2020 not ready for famine and potential people eating. 2025 totally chill. Yellow Jackets has come out, so we're fine.
Cannibalism is like having a moment, though.
I
So
know.
I think she's just ahead of her time.
I love how casually you say that. Greg.
What a statement.
Like the funniest. Sorry, just quick aside. The funniest moment in my one of the funniest in my entire life. I was in Vancouver at a bar with some friends, and one of my friends, his brother-in-law came along, and his brother-in-law was a weird dude, and we were all just talking. He randomly interjects. He's like, "You know what? McDonald's is having a comeback," and it was like, "What?"
I mean, the snack wrap is back. So.
Total non-sequitur. Like,
And so you saying cannibalism like that?
But at least I was on topic. No, but I know
Still,
like
though.
3 other authors who are like, I think I'm going to put some cannibalism in the story I'm writing
I
right
think
now.
we should just start
Just
using
like
that.
Yeah,
thing
but
on
you put it
Twitter,
like
though,
that.
Greta.
It's having a
Yeah.
moment right now. Is it really?
Oh my god.
Moment.
Again,
So
we're living in a
bad.
post Yellow Jackets world. It's
It's
normal
true.
now.
The
So
The
Yeah.
what are
great,
we
the
gonna
great
do?
McDonald's comeback. Hand
know-
in hand with cannibalism.
That McDonald's holiday menu, I think that's going to be big for them.
I think so too. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna do really well. Yeah. Shout out to Nee. She is a genius. She's a fantastic writer.
Mhm.
She is, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, Hannah, do you have anything else to say about?
I am
About
sure you
Podcast.
guys, I heard you guys take it over for me, so I appreciate it. And apologies
got
to
you.
everyone.
We got you. Keep it going. Keep it going. Do you have anything else you want to add about it?
No, just that this series is overall my favorite. Nee is amazing. I've heard her speak a couple of times, and she gives like the best little like knee jerks reaction. So once you read the book, go listen to like all of her interviews, because boy, does that woman interview well. Like amazing.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Greta and I did an interview with her as well, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, she's just like way more cheeky than you would think. And the
She's like
jobs
the
that she her
chillest
job
genius
job
ever.
history, her job history is
Wild.
fantastically weird.
Well, they do
Why
like,
Her
Why
and
do you
Alex
root for
B.
so
Harrow,
many
they've just
fantasy
done
authors?
everything.
oh,
No,
yeah.
but MJ, you would never imagine that there's someone who works for a hotline for street lamps. Did you ever think that was a thing?
No.
Like-
I said that's a bit. I was like thinking
No.
of the other people I know, like Christopher Buehlman and like Sebastian DeCastle, who've been like sword fighting and stuff, and you're like, no. She's talked on the phone about
Street
lamps.
lamps. Yeah. But
Honestly,
imagine
what situation could possibly happen where someone's like, I got to talk to somebody about street lamps right now.
Right
Right
now.
now.
You
I would
better hope
imagine
you never
most
find
of them
out.
are old people.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
You know, funny you should say that because, yeah, I have questions.
John's just going around being like, that street lamp is blinking.
He's
I'm
been
just-
looking
I
for
gotta
someone to
call him.
call. So
I'm actually
Right,
just
now you
listening.
know.
I'm listening to this right now,
Good
going,
call.
if they throw this number out, I'm writing it down.
Yeah. He's looking for like the Ghostbusters of street lamps. It's like, who are you going to call and come fix this haunted ass street lamp? Get on.
Support
it.
it. I support it.
All right, let's see. We got some more people throwing in their picks. Ooh, this one's good. Piranesi, whatever you want to say. Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John Mandel. Fantastic
good.
book. No
Yes.
Country for Old Men by Cormac McCarthy. Between Two Fires by
Oh,
the
speaking of
amazing Christopher
Buehlman,
Buehlman.
yeah.
Strength of the Few by James Islington. Some great picks there. I'm going to throw out one more. Luke F. Shepard over on our Patreon said The Bone Ship's Wake by R.J. Barker, which is the last book in the Tide Child trilogy. Really fantastic. And then Chain Gang All Stars. I'm going to butcher this name. Nana Kwame Adjei-Brenyah.
Yep.
And
You're
then,
real close.
Dude. Yeah.
And then MJ is going to love this one. He was completely monstered by Matt Dinniman and the 7 Dungeon Crawler Carl books. So I love that he used the word monstered.
I love it.
I
It
was
also wrecked
monstered
my
by
TBR.
these
That
books.
was in 2024. That was so sad
Yeah.
this year.
You
yeah, like,
binged them on audiobook in the gym. So that
I
was like a
binged them
good vibe.
hard at the end of
Yeah.
2024. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Are we talking gas street lamps or electrical?
This is
pretty
why we
sure
have to call, Derry.
electrical, man.
Electrical. He's not that
Are,
old.
Yeah.
I mean, are we talking sodium arc?
mean,
are we
dude,
talking solar?
whoever's-
Do they
whoever's
come on
out
by
there-
themselves? I
Yeah.
mean, there's so many questions.
Could someone
Poor
write like
me
a
after
gas lamp?
this.
Could someone write like a gas lamp fantasy mystery about someone who's like a street lamp
Hotline
lighter?
person.
Hotline
Yeah.
person.
Lamp lighter.
They send the town crier. There's an issue on 1st and 7.
Nothing beyond that happens. It's just like 250 pages of someone repairing street lamps.
I
Like,
love
when
it.
is this gonna start? When is this? Yeah, this is their whole life. So many lamps, so little
So
time.
that's the tagline for the novel.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it.
What does that get on the nipple scale, Adrian?
Ooh, I mean, can it get 5 lamp lit nipples?
Lamp
No,
Yes.
one.
it's
Yeah.
got to
of
get
course you
5.
can.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Five. Your high beams are on nipples.
Yeah, there we go. I mean,
Poor Nee after this is going to be like, who brought up my street lamp thing? People are having me about it.
someone's gonna like buy her books and then review them on Goodreads and be like,
Be
there
like,
were no
where
lamps.
else?
Not enough
Street
street
Where
lamp.
else?
Enough
Street
street lamp.
One star.
Oh my god.
The guy on the street lamp planet and the Little Prince. There we go.
Aw.
Aw. I actually bought that book in Spanish to read to my kids. I'm super excited about it.
Very cute.
Yeah, and then I'll tell them all about street lamps. They're gonna have a good time. Meanwhile, I'm gonna tell all of you about my first pick, which is
I agree with this.
The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
I agree with this.
Oof. Thank you, John.
It's
I
still in my
appreciate the
TBR,
enthusiasm.
but I've heard things.
Oh my God, this book, like, it was basically like February was Song of Achilles, and then I think like March or April was The Invisible Life, and I was like, yeah, I'm done for this year.
Okay,
And
this is why you're in a reading slump now.
MJ turned me into a mood reader, and this is why.
Yep.
This is why, man. It's
I will take credit. I think it's Madeline and
Victoria.
and Victoria's fault. Yeah.
Oh my God, this
Veronica,
book
yeah.
is so isn't it Victoria?
Yeah.
Victoria Schwab?
Victoria
Oh my God. V. Schwab.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Maybe Veronica Roth. I don't know who you're thinking. Anyways,
fault.
The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which basic premise is not going to spoil anything. A young woman in 1700s France makes a deal with the devil or a demon, some dark fiend kind of entity. Basically, she is living in really terrible circumstances and just wants to be ignored by everyone. She just wants everyone to leave her alone. Just like, stop bothering me, right? Turn off your street lamp, get out of my life. I just want to be in the darkness alone. Don't bother me. But as everyone knows, making a deal with, some demon or some dark kind of creature always goes well, and basically results in Addie LaRue being forgotten by everybody that she ever meets, and she cannot die. So her life just is perpetual, and every single person that she meets in her entire life forgets about her the moment that she leaves their vicinity, or that she, leaves their attention. It could even be like you turn around. Yeah, you turn around and then you look back and it's like, who are you? And even though you just had a conversation with her, kind of thing. But this is one of the most like heartbreaking, bittersweet books I've ever read. Just kind of tracing this life of Addie LaRue from her origins in 1700 France to her kind of current timeline, I think is in like 2015, 2014 New York. And you just see through these very beautifully paced back and forth between the present and the past, and her past is like continually catching up with the present, how she changes as a person and the people that she meets along the way, and the people who always forget her. And that is such a heartbreaking experience for her to go through over and over and over again. And she's had a rough life, and she had to basically start from nothing and scrounge her way across the world over the course of centuries. But the most heartbreaking thing is kind of like the people that she falls in love with, and the fact that the only person who remembers her is this demon, who she names Luke. He is the only entity in her life that remembers her, and he comes back periodically into her life, almost like taunting her in this like really horrible, vicious way. And basically
it's like, is he in love with her? Is he not?
Yeah,
Does he just like to torture her? It's the weirdest situation. Yeah.
But he comes back and he's like, you want to die yet? You want to give me your soul, kind of thing. But it's like, it just ends up becoming a much more complex relationship where there's almost like this love-hate, push and pull romantic element to it, but then also the people that she's romantically involved with in her present life, and which is why I said like this has been the year of like romantic subplots for me, and I'm kind of all for it. I'm not like a romanticy guy, but if you do romance well, like I'm all for it. Give it to me. I can be sappy when I want to be.
No, you're you know what? If this is your pick, you are a romantic soul. The prose is lush. It is beautiful.
Dude, it's so good.
It is just dripping with beauty, and it's such a beautiful story about romance and being and being seen, and what that means for you to be seen and loved. And I love this choice.
It's just like keeping track. Dripping with beauty is another great blurb to keep.
Ooh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Victoria, You want that? You want that one, Madeline? Do you want sweaty Greek nipples? I think we got you.
Dripping with beauty.
Yeah.
I feel like Victoria got a better
We are known for our blurbs here. But yeah, the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue is just stunning. Like it's masterfully paced. That is, I think, the thing that it's like, if you're doing like multiple timelines, but not just like past and present, but the past is constantly moving. The way that she navigates that is so well done. And this is one of those books.
A life that has been lived for this long.
Oh,
like,
man.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things.
It's tightly paced.
Yeah, but it's like I was just like burning through this, just like I want to see. And like John, that what you were saying about Jade War and just the Greenbone saga in general, it's like the conversations were just like constantly
between her and Luke, it
Man.
just crackles. You just can't look away. Those are some of the most fun chapters. Are just those two the conversations between those two people. Absolutely, yeah. And I was seeing Group A. Group A hadn't tried V.E. Schwab yet. This is a great book to try.
Yeah.
This for your first V.E. Schwab. This is a great one to try.
I think so too. And honestly, it's just like it's one of those. This and Song of Achilles are just like seared into my memory from this year, and
two beautiful love stories, man.
Yeah, I'm in a romantic mood this year.
You dog. You dog.
Hey, John, I've moved across the world for love twice, and that's how I ended up in Ecuador.
It shows, my friend.
So there you go.
For that, you're gonna get the affirming dad nod again.
That's all I needed today. That's all I needed today. Yeah.
You can break curfew tonight.
Yeah. My heart is overwhelmed. But yeah, the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, seriously, just like such a phenomenal book, and I highly recommend it to all of you. Greta, go for it.
Well, you're not going to be shocked by this, Adrian or MJ, but this
is my number 3.
Yeah,
another romance. I know.
Yes, another romance. The Everlasting by Alex Hero. For anyone who has not heard about this book yet, it follows a sad lady knight called Una, and the equally sad time traveling historian who is sent back in time to transcribe her story. It's a dual timeline, so it's alternate universe, but it feels very much like you're in the trenches of World War I, and you're trying to England is trying to get people to enlist in this war that's never ending against this so-called evil empire that you really don't know anything about, these people that you're fighting, but you have to fight them. And Una's story is the reason that you're fighting. So Owen gets sent back in time to basically follow her around and follow all of her adventures and write this up in a book that will one day be found and used as propaganda, essentially. And this book
creating the mythology, national mythology. Yeah.
So imagine you're a historian and you get sent back to follow King Arthur, and all of the implications that King Arthur and Arthuriana have on modern culture, particularly during wartime. It's a beautiful book. There's so much to unpack about it. It delves deep into a lot of things between questions of free will and the purpose of national myths, who's allowed to be centered in history, and even how much of yourself you can or should be expected to give up for love of country. And talk about dripping with lush romance and language. Alex Hero has such a utility with words. She just writes beautifully, and I could, wax poetic about that all night, but I won't.
Go listen to our interview with Alex to hear us waxing poetic about
it. We talked to her about literally a masterclass on prose.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch that.
This book did such a good job with the time travel element too, because it is notoriously tricky for writers to kind of nail, especially in a fantasy setting, because oftentimes time travel plus fantasy, there's kind of that disconnect of wait, but this is the sci-fi, is this fantasy? And she really sidestepped that beautifully, I think, by not trying to like explain it away. She just let
but it's
the time
also
travel.
like it's also like fantastically rooted.
But
time travel.
She just like lets it be another element in this fairy tale fever dream that she's created out of this world. And it works beautifully because it's a book about a book that's out of time, but yet it's incredibly timely because I mean it's no mistake that it happens in a time that a national movement, nationalist movements and totalitarian governments in the book are on the rise, very similar to like what's happening now. And the message underneath I just found so poignant, because unjust regimes will always look to the past to try to justify oppression, whether that's, looking back to the perfect family unit of the 1950s or the chivalric romance of the Middle Ages. But the point of this book, and the point that Alex Harrow made so well in this story, was that the past is always so much messier and more complicated than any national myth can ever hope to convey. And we can never let the illusion of history let us brainwash ourselves into becoming complacent. So
Yeah.
it's
such a beautiful book.
It's a beautiful book.
Yeah. I mean, like, again, like my top three are fantasy romances. And it's like all of them are just so good, but like Alex Harrow, my God, the way that she crafts her prose and just like layers everything with meaning while also making it beautiful.
And also talk about like a tightly paced book. This book could have easily,
like 330 pages or
different
something
hands.
like that.
Yeah, it would be a chonker, but she managed to do it in itty bitty living space.
Yeah.
I literally just bought this book, and I'm like in between two different books, but I keep being like, I want to read this. No, put it down. Like, I want to read it.
And it was just like, it was such crazy timing, because we were basically reading that book and getting ready to interview Alex. And I was listening to a podcast. Shout out to Our Fake History, which is one of my favorite history podcasts that looks at like historical myths and basically tries to like break them. He did an episode on something called the Spartan Mirage, which is essentially how the myth of the Spartans has been reused and repurposed over the course of history by different people for different purposes, whether it was the Nazis, whether it was the French during the French Revolution, what have you, even in ancient Greece and different periods in Greek history, is like using the image and the mythology around the Spartans for their own purposes. And it's kind of beautiful to see a fantasy story taking on that topic of national mythology and the foundation of a nation, and having such an intense and poignant conversation about it through the lens of like a genuinely amazing story and a beautiful romance and well-paced and well-written and everything. So
yeah,
shout out
it
to
truly
Alex.
does feel like a Arthurian like masterpiece. So if you were a King Arthur kid like I was, like go read it. You'll love it.
Yeah. And we got a bunch of people in the chat asking us if we will put the list anywhere. Jacob and I will add them to the descriptions of the videos, so don't you worry. You can pile up your TBRs, no problem. if you're interested in any of the books that we've been talking about. We've got Max Garfield talking about The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker, which is a sequel to The Women of Troy. That's for anyone who's into mythological retellings and everything like that. Apparently the audiobook of The Everlasting is also fantastic. Playing both. Owen is Sid Sagar and Moira Quirk. I've heard of Moira. She's a very good narrator as Una. But yeah, just shout out to Alex, because that is such a fantastic book. And that's my number 3. So I knew Greta was going to talk about that one. So I'm like, I'm going to give my other fantasy romances a bit of time. All right, Jacob, go for it, buddy.
My number 1 is Piranesi, however you want to say it. I'm sure there's a million different ways we can all call it.
I like Piranesi.
Piranesi by Susanna Clark. This book really meant a lot to me. I guess the pitch for it would be, it follows a person who lives kind of in a seemingly interdimensional house that's filled with a lot of different statues that are erected around them, and they do not know how they got there. They don't know why they're there. They don't have any of their memories beyond their life inside this house. All that they know is that they're there to take care of the house, and they spend their days watching after it. And one day they start to mingle and talk with another person who lives in the house, and the story kind of goes from there. I don't really want to say too much more than that, but the prose is so beautiful and so delicate, and the themes that get brought up in this book are so philosophically beautiful. The ending, oh man, now I'm gonna get hung up because I don't know how to talk about how beautiful this book is. I feel like I can't do it justice. The pace of it is so perfectly plotted so that you're just living life. It's almost at times confusingly slow, in a way that feels just like a day-to-day life and is very purposeful. But by the time that you get to the end of the book, and when I say the end, I mean like maybe the last page or page and a half, when you get to the end of that book, the purpose of how that all comes together is so powerful. And I think it's a type of story that can probably hit everybody completely differently. And the way that it hit me is I walked away from it feeling like you can choose the things that you love and want to care for. And that is a shockingly powerful thing. And the way that that comes across just from the character Piranesi and their journey through the story is really, really incredible. Highly recommend it.
It's one of the best books of all
for
time.
so long. Yeah.
I think it might be one of my favorite books of all time.
It's one of my favorites of all time. That book just hits differently. I want to reread it all the time. Like it means so much. I forced like at least 5 friends to read this book after I read it. So
Is this a thing?
They
So
thanked you for it.
Bingo Stingray is saying that it was hard for me to get into due to the audiobook. It seems like you need a physical book to see all the format changing and like the setting changing. Do they play around with like formatting stuff in the actual text itself?
I don't seem to remember that being a problem for me, but I like audiobooks and some people don't mingle with them too well. So that could just be a me thing. But I mean, I guess Piranesi not technically being in divided chapters could be confusing format wise for the audiobook.
yeah.
I guess there's also like the way that Piranesi labels their own calendar is not typical, and that's how the chapters are split up. So having the physical book might be easier to reference as you're learning how that calendar works.
Yeah.
For the beginning, especially. But I would recommend the audiobook. I thought the narrator was great.
I love that someone in the chat put, I definitely need to read parentheses. Thank you for that joke. Yeah, I'll think about it for the next hour.
I mean, we got someone who actually like laid it out for us phonetically, but where is it?
Yeah,
They say Piranesi.
Piranesi. I don't know.
Piranesi.
But who knows? Maybe Jareth the sheriff is tricking us. We don't know. We need to ask Susanna Clark.
There you go.
Find a
Only
clip of
recourse.
Susanna Clark saying Piranesi. I'm going to be so happy.
She's gonna like butcher you, man. Just like, no.
But like
no
actually
shit.
the R is silent.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he says that
Piranesi.
Susanna. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll go with Susanna's pronunciation. I can't even speak
Seems
right.
wise.
now. Yeah. All right, MJ, go for it.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm kind of like breaking up the party here because we've had a bunch of like really just like beautiful, life-changing level like.
And then MJ's like horror.
Yeah, bring it.
I know I do usually like if anyone that listens to SFF Addicts, I'm usually the one coming in with like just the off the wall random horror recommendations. But today I'm coming in with like just a weird comedic funny fantasy series, Orconomics by J. Zachary Pike.
Nice.
So I don't know if any of y'all have read it. It's so basically it is kind of like a D&D style fantasy world, right? We've got parties of
Sold.
adventurers. Yeah, I know. Where everyone has like different skill sets and they go on adventures to hunt monsters. Classic, right? Except I want to know if J. Zachary Pike, like if in his day job or his former life or whatever was some sort of economist or like worked in finance or something, because this is like set in capitalism, like hardcore capitalism. So one
MJ,
of the
can I just like lay out his previous
do you
jobs
have
for
them?
you? Yeah.
Of course you have them. Why wouldn't you?
Do you have a bunch of resumes back there, or what do you?
Right? So you're
I'm just like-
hacking into
I'm just like-
everyone's Indeed
I'm
account.
hiring-
process for getting on the
writers for
pod.
this shit.
Another
Yeah.
street lamp hotline
Another-
person. What is this?
How dare you? I thought Nia was the only one. He was a screenwriter an animator, and an art director.
Okay, so nope.
So
he just maybe
nothing
he just
to
has
do
a
with it. Yeah.
passion for
Economics.
He just
dogging on
loved
Wall Street, and
Freakonomics
you know what?
when it came out.
I love it. Well,
All the hit points for Street.
All the
Labs.
hit points.
All the hit points, man.
so basically, though, the story. So like one of the main characters, just to give you a sense of the world, because that's like the piece that makes this so fun and interesting. Like one of the main characters is like an insurance adjuster-y type character who like, so the heroes will go out and they'll defeat a villain, a bad guy, a monster, and then the horde will come back and it will be like adjusted and like valued, and then people can buy shares of each adventurer's horde before they go on the adventure, and then they get payouts from the horde. And like so it's fascinating, and it's a comedy. There's a lot of fun elements, but there's also like a ton of heart, so it follows this character. The first book, it's a trilogy. The first book follows this dwarf barbarian named Gorm Ingerson. And he's down on his luck. He's like a washed up hero that's not a hero anymore. And he gets recruited for this job for this like lesser minor religion. And everyone in the crew is kind of in the same boat where they're all these like washed up heroes that like, really this is their one chance to like get back into the big times and like get their like, you know, promotional deals and start selling ads again. and and it's just like it goes crazy from there. I'm halfway through the third book in the series right now. The second book, though, just for anyone who lived through the early aughts, is literally a fantasy version of the mortgage crisis of the mid-aughts.
Also, the name is great. The
name is Son of a Lich. Yeah, all of the names
good.
are kind of puns. So you got Workonomics, Son of a Lich, and then Dragon Fired. But yeah, so like they're selling like threat obligations. So it's like they're determining the threat level of a different like necromancer or dragon or whatever that's on the market, and then like selling shares of it and like betting against it, and like, oh my god, it's bonkers, but it's really fun. I've been listening to them on audio, which is why I don't have a physical copy to show off. So if you're an audiobook fiend, I find the narrator great. It's really good on audio. But yeah, Orconomics, J. Zachary Pike is my second pick, or my first pick, I guess, whatever, my number one, because I did read. I'm gonna binge read the series by the end of the year. So
yeah, I've heard such good things about it. Nick Eames
it's
is
really
like
fun.
He's
well, it was a SPFBO winner, right? I think it's a SPFBO winner from 2018 or something. Like it's
something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
there you go. We got more blurbs. Hey, I'm looking at statues over here. John the Mint is back.
Hey, hey, yo, look, statues.
MJ the Raccoon recommends Orconomics. It does sound like a really, really good book, though.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. If you like a little comedy, honestly, if you liked Kings of the Wild, but also like r/LinkedIn lunatics on Reddit.
What?
Oh my god, it's just like all the unhinged LinkedIn posts. I work in marketing for my day job, guys. I love that crap.
I love that subreddit. That
Jacob, you need to.
I mean, at least someone else here knows it.
I'm with you. It's great.
It's so
wait,
good.
10 nips out of 5 for Orconomics. Amazing. All right, I'm gonna throw out another one from our Patreon. David Meyer Henry, Service Model by Adrian Tchaikovsky, which I've heard is a really good book. This is one we love, the Forever Desert Trilogy by Moses Sosa Utomi.
There it is.
He's recommending all 3 books. So thank you, David. All right. Laura, go for it.
Okay, so I'm bringing it back to Niveau because my number 1 favorite book this year was The City in Glass. And Hannah and I, like I mentioned previously, we were really fortunate to be able to have Nee on the podcast earlier. And so my homework was to just read all of her works, which was the most enjoyable homework ever. And
it was literally only reading the Singing Hill cycle. She just assigned herself the rest of them.
I
just
to be fair, like Nee's books are like Siren Queen is fantastic, Chosen and the Beautiful is fantastic. You can't really
quite
go wrong.
Short. Yeah.
They're all very
They're
short.
easy to binge.
Oh, for
I would
sure.
say I would say there isn't a single one that's like over 350 pages.
No, and
she
I
doesn't
don't even
believe
know
in
if-
writing long ones. She says she wants to take a nap. So.
Exactly.
I support it.
I have to look because I was like, I don't even think it's 209 pages. So it's not even that long. So everyone should read it though. But all of her works are like really deep and symbolic. And I just think that this is probably one of like my all-time favorite books in general now. It follows this demon named Vitrin who, and I'm hopefully getting the names right. But Vitrin deeply loves this city that she helped build, the city of Azrael, and she has to see it destroyed by angels. And then she's left with this angel who is basically haunting her in her grief. And she ends up harming the angel and like putting a piece of herself into him at one point. And it's just basically like this back and forth between the two of them as they're kind of rebuilding this city and deciding what's to come for this city in the future. And I think it's just such a lyrical book, and it's so deeply moving, and it's a book about love, really, and love for a place and the work that you put into it, and how love can change, and how we change and our love changes, and how the way that we love others evolves. And I just think it hit me at like a really good time when I was kind of struggling with like the state of the world and considering like the ways that I could show love for people and communities that are and things that are important to me, and also just reflecting on how things can change in a person's life. And I think that there are just like countless sections of this book that you could like just frame or like think about and just reflect on for all time, honestly. And it's just such a deep book about love, and I really think it's fantastic and would highly recommend it. I can't say enough good things about it.
Yeah.
This was on my list too. It is definitely one of those books as an author you read and you're like, oh, I need to just study this and try to figure out how she did this. So
yeah, but it was cool how she kind of navigated love, like the spectrum of love, in the sense of not just being able to love a person, but being able to love a place. And as someone who's like moved around the world a lot, it was really powerful for me to be able to connect with the characters on that level of like, I have a love for specific places that I've been in my life, but it's also not just I have a love for that place, but I have a love for that place at a specific time in my life.
And I think she really like highlights how complicated love can be too, and how it requires a lot of work, because I think that there were many times like the main character Vitrin was really having to put in a lot of work for places that she loved and things that she loved. And that's really difficult to do when you're grieving or dealing with something very difficult. So it's just incredibly well done.
also in that question of grief, you have to always wonder, do you love the thing or do you love the idea of the thing? And it's something that Vitrin, I felt like, had to grapple with a lot as she's rebuilding the city.
Yeah.
Laura's been trying to bully me into reading this one, so
I've been trying to bully everyone.
I feel like she brought it to the pod to be like, Hannah, see, you need to
Peer
read it.
pressure,
And she's right.
I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here to
exactly.
influence each other, to peer pressure each other. I also agree with Grufe, just the idea of a short novel. It is really nice to just have a little bit more variety. We don't always need series. We don't always need chonkers. We can have a little bit of variety here and there. And John, I'm going to pass it off to you because we miss your voice.
And I'm going to bring out a series.
Boo! No, I'm kidding.
All right. My number one this year is book 3 of the Long Price Quartet, An Autumn War by Daniel Abraham. I read the entire Long Price Quartet. This is all 4 books in one volume. So these are short books. So the series is a story of two men, Ota and Mati, and they start in school as schoolboys, and it follows their life all the way up into their 60s. And their life is wrapped around the most tumultuous time of this world, and they're right in the heart of this. And the character arcs don't just follow these 2 men and how they're interacting with this time and what's going on. The arc follows the world. This is the biggest swing, hugest risk that I've seen. Is like, not only do these characters change from point A to B through this series, the actual world changes in these amazing, drastic way because of these decisions that these 2 characters make as they travel through life in this tumultuous time in the world. The most beautiful magic system I think I have ever read. just everything about this series. Book 3, The Autumn War, is where so much of it culminates, and it is the best story dealing with the theme of the price of magic and what it can do, and the price you'll pay for trying to use it, I have ever read in my life. It is heartbreaking. It is jaw-dropping. It is awe-inspiring. This guy is a master. I don't know why he's not on more people's top 10 list. Everybody should be reading him that likes the fantastical, that likes fantasy, that likes human drama. Every one of these books just crackles with this Shakespearean type of drama. It's the whole thing, like when you have a horse, my kingdom for a horse, is just one man screaming and the battle's over there off stage. That's the way this book plays out. The drama is these people talking and what it means and the decisions they're making. A bunch of the action is never even seen because it doesn't have to be. It's about the conversation. So many times I'll read a big epic fantasy series and I start to get some battle fatigues because it's just going from one duel to the next duel to the next battle to the next battle. This is the antithesis of that. It's just one human drama, dramatic scene after another played out. And the characters are so deep, you're going to end up rooting for people you thought you would never do anything but despise by the end of it. It does that magic trick to where they are complex and it turns around. And there's just moments when that tab comes due of using this magic in this world, it is just, I actually made a noise. While reading, I actually had to go, "Whoa, I had to make a noise out loud while reading. It was that good. It'll live in my soul forever as the best, so far, the best story about the price of magic to be paid by using it. And the magic system is so well done. The world building is so well done because the magic system is used to corner markets and make one nation lord over another from this cornering of markets. So it's so tangible, it's so concrete, it's so real. You just buy in, and next thing you know, you're a complete denizen of this world. It's just masterfully done.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Daniel. He's one of the most brilliant authors who doesn't get enough attention on his own. I mean, people will know him from being half of James S.A. Corey, the authors of The Expanse.
Yeah.
But his solo work is so damn good, but it does not get the attention that it deserves.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one of those like highly talented but highly underrated authors. And I'm glad he has found success with, doing James S.A. Corey stuff, but it's like, man, his fantasy is so phenomenal.
I was blown away by this. This was my first Daniel Abraham. It will not be my last. I mean, I ran out and started buying everything else I could find of his because it's like he's special, man.
Mm-hmm. This is John's blurb for The Autumn War. I had to make a noise.
I did. I had to make a noise.
Just, can anyone think of some other authors who don't get enough love? I mean, man, there's so many, but like
A lot, yeah.
Janny Wurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was literally in the chat. Someone said, "Let me guess, Janny."
I'll see if it makes me have more extreme reaction than David Mitchell, who made me throw one of his books across the room. I mean, that is a pretty strong reaction.
Yeah. He is one of my all-time faves, so I could see that. He'll make you do that.
I mean, this is like a not a common thought. I do not like his James S.A. Corey work, but his solo work is fantastic. That's from Andrew's Wizardry Reads. Hi, Andrew. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Andrew? Yeah. I couldn't get into The Expanse. It just wasn't for me, but it's like, this is amazing.
I mean, J.R.R. Tolkien is the king of underrated.
Yeah.
Who is that? Yeah, I've never heard of them.
Mike Molman. Shout out to half of Baldwin Balding. Mieville, I don't know if Mieville is underrated.
Underrated, yeah.
If
Very
you write a
good,
book with Keanu Reeves, you're not underrated.
See, I also feel like we have like a skewed sense of what is underrated though, because we are so
embedded
in the genre. Yeah, where we're like,
true.
that's a household name, and it's like, well, we're just nerds. It's fine.
Yeah, we are not like the common person who's like maybe goes to like a bookstore like once a year or something.
Yeah.
No, John Gwynn is definitely not underrated.
Gwyn is appropriately rated and rated high.
Yeah. very much so. Yeah, Jolkin, Rolkin, Rolkin, Tolkien. If only that's what his initials stood for. All right, Hannah, go for it.
Well, for underrated authors that not a lot of people have heard of, because I like to make it weird, my other novella for the year is The Woods All Black by Lee Mandello. This is a horror for MJ. It is a novella about a trans man in Appalachia in 1929, where he travels to a...
Horde.
I love everything about what you've said. Okay.
It's amazing. It's really, really weird. There is, I'll try to keep it PG for for the PG listeners, but there is monster sex in this book, in this very tiny, tiny novella.
Are there monster nipples too?
I believe so, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah. There is monster anatomy in this book, but we
not just nipples, all kinds of
anatomy. But we follow Lee, who is a trans man who is part of the Frontier Nursing Service, where he goes into rural communities to offer healthcare. And he has to, represent himself as a woman, and he doesn't look like a woman because that's not who he is. And he starts clashing with the religious institutions around him. And it's all about religious bigotry. There is someone there, part of the community, who is like him, where he sees a trans person there who is being ostracized and attacked by the people around them in the word of religion, which is unfortunate. And there is a monster lurking in the woods, but is that the real monster in this community? This book has everything. It packs a punch. It's just weird enough to be like, what did I just read? But you can't put it down. And I became very obsessed with it. My local bookstore, the person who was on our Murderbot episode, actually did recommend this book to me. Mm-hmm. And I think about it constantly. So it has everything. It has the fantastical elements that you need in a fantasy, but it also has that historical presence. It talks about women's healthcare back in 1929, which is something I'm interested in, because Lee gets in trouble not only with the people in the community, but with people from the city, because he is offering medical, healthcare to women, and it is seen and frowned upon. And I don't think that that's something that's thought of, but it's very prescient in today's day and age. So everyone, not enough people read this book. I don't think anyone has read this book, but I want to talk about it with people. So go read it and talk to me about it.
Sounds
also rural healthcare,
rural healthcare,
huge crisis.
It is called The Woods All Black by Lee Mandello. I saw someone asked for the title again.
I'm literally writing it down.
I mean, you sold
like...
Grufe.
Yeah.
Sex without nipples, surely not.
You said the words Appalachian horror, and MJ and I immediately went
online and started buying. Weird things, undertones.
I mean, literally, we just had a conversation about Appalachian horror earlier today before we started recording. Yeah. So it's a thing. And MJ and Greta are all here.
We are,
and it's so short. So if you need to hit your reading goals for the year, go get it. It's so quick.
I love it. Yep, I am
amazing.
Definitely gonna get that.
And Grimdark Magazine, I did my homework on this because I literally researched. They called it a clash between queerness and entrenched small communities. So even they've signed off on it.
All right, there you go.
There you go.
Grimdark. That's Grimdark's blurb. There we go.
Yeah.
What's yours, Hannah?
Oh gosh, I mean, I feel like you can't get past the monster. What did I call it? Appendages or something?
Monster nipples.
Monster nipples.
Yeah.
All the
Appalachian horror. What more do you need?
Yeah.
Monster nipples in the forests of Appalachia. It's perfect. All right. Well, we're going to move on to some of our honorable mentions. I mean, all these picks have been fantastic, and I hope everyone has, found some new books to add to their TBR. We're going to do some honorable mentions as well, just to give you a sense of some of the other books that we really love this year. Just really quick, just listing through them. But if any of you have more top reads to add, just throw them in the comments, and we'll get it going. Apparently, Justin Grissom needs more Arizona fantasy. I mean,
get on that.
Nipples in the desert, sir.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a title right there.
Yeah.
The
All right. Well,
someone write that down quick.
That's the title of the book. Okay, so my number 3 was The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. Someone in the chat also mentioned A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett. I really love that series. It's
so good.
So up my alley. It's a combination of weird fiction and murder mystery in this like epic fantasy world. Like the world building is epic fantasy, but the stakes are like murder mystery. And it's just really well done. And Robert is an incredible writer. And shout out to him because he won like all the awards for the Tainted Cup, which he very much deserves. And he has mushrooms in his book, which makes me super happy, as always. And I'm only halfway through this one, but I'm really enjoying it so far. But Babel, that's another one with the title where people are going to get conflicted, by R.F. Kuang. Just like such a good book. Like I literally like as I was reading this book in the UK, I was talking to someone about linguistics, and I was just like, yo, you need to read this book because it's literally fantasy set in Oxford with a linguistic magic system and silver, and it's so damn cool. And I'm really loving it. It's just like a thick book that I'm taking my ring. And then there's the second book in John Gwynn's Bloodsworn Saga, which is The Hunger of the Gods.
Yes.
Book one was a bit of a slow burn for me, and it took me a while to get into it. And there are also two POVs that I felt were too similar. But book two was just like, holy shit! It just like upped the ante of everything. And at the same time, it's like the POVs felt varied, the locations felt varied, and so it like, even though it's like 700 pages, it kept me like hooked the entire time. So I can't wait to read book three. And then my last one is Soul Fraud by Andrew Givler. He's a friend of mine, does like stuff on YouTube and also streams like video game stuff on Twitch. But he's also written this like really cool urban fantasy series. And I pitched it to Greta and MJ, and I was like, literally, this is like the first like page of the first chapter. It's a dude who's down in his luck, goes to a movie theater, and he's drinking tequila, and then a demon named Dan tries to get him to sign a deal with the devil to sell him his soul. And he says no, and then Dan says screw you and forged his signature, and that's the impetus for the entire story. And it's so much fun. Like it's so fun. Like if you love Dresden, if you love, you know, urban fantasy and that kind of vibe, you know, like a little mix of Richard Kadri in there, some Kevin Hearn type humor. It's just so much fun, and I had a great time with it. So I immediately after finishing book one bought books 2, 3, and 4, and they have gorgeous covers too. So I'm really happy to have those on my shelves. But yeah, Dan the Demon, you know, forging signatures.
What a jerk.
Yeah, such an ass. Damn it, Dan. All right, Greta, what about you?
Yeah, so rapid fire, I'm just going to shout out all of the T. Kingfisher books I have read this year.
You've been on a tear.
I
Right
know,
on
but
a
she's an
bender.
auto-buy author for me. So, you know, she can do horror. She can do middle grade. She can do fairy tale retellings. She can do it all.
It's very fair.
I love T. Kingfisher. You don't need to hear me wax poetically about her right now. Go watch our episode with T. Kingfisher where I was probably really embarrassing. Also, honorable mention, Murderbot Diaries. Way late to the party, but my husband and I went on a road trip with our little kids, and while they were zoned out on their tablets, we started listening and love it. I'm really glad I finally have started listening to the books. I have not seen the series yet on
I've
Apple.
heard
Really
the
good.
narration. I've heard the
So
narration for
good.
the audiobooks is fantastic. Though.
We got the full production audiobook, so it's like multiple narrators and like mild sound effects. And it's very cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And otherwise, I was going to talk about City and Glass, but we already talked about that. So those are my top picks for the year.
Jacob, what about you?
I would say I have two. The first one I would say is Ashes of Man from the Sun Eater series by Christopher Rocchio. It took me a while to decide that was my favorite over Kingdoms of Death, but it did edge out in the end just because the emotional depth that he's able to tap into in that book with his side characters, and particularly with Hadrian as well, is something that he kind of like started to do in Kingdoms of Death with his side characters toward the end there, but in Ashes of Man, I think he really perfected it. And to change for me the center of the story, not necessarily being the world building and the lore and all of this stuff, and more turning it into a character growth for Hadrian as the series goes on, is just like, oh, okay, now I'm in. Like this, I understand why everybody loves this series so much now. Like
Mhm.
this is amazing. So Ashes of Man was incredible. The other one is The Invisible Parade, which is like a
Your dad was
cooperative.
telling me about that at
Oh my
Worldcon.
This
Yeah.
book is so good, man. It's a cooperation between Lee Bardugo and John Picasso, who John Picasso is a fantasy painter and illustrator and has done a lot of stuff that you've probably seen before, but maybe not know his name yet. And it's a story that follows a girl on the Day of the Dead who is trying to, remember her grandfather and go through all those emotions that everybody is familiar with. And it's kind of a children's book, but it's so much more than that, and it really grows to be a book for everybody. It tackles a lot of themes that everybody's gone through before, with death and missing people and remembering them and how they stay with you for so long after they're actually gone. And of course, the art is just flip to any random page and it's going to be gorgeous. Like, look at that.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's a book that I think every time that we talked about it on the channel, Dad, we said it's a book you're going to want on your coffee table. Everybody should
for
have
sure.
one.
Yeah.
So absolutely those two.
Nice.
Yeah, didn't you? Wasn't he at Worldcon, John?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah,
John Picasso. Yeah,
yeah. We hung out quite a bit. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the artwork is just like phenomenal.
Oh, amazingly talented guy. Yeah.
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 But I mean, it's such a cool collab with someone like Lee Bardugo too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see it in the writing as well, that it has that. I've not read a Lee Bardugo book, but it's like, this prose is good. I like this. This is good prose.
Like, I'm in.
Yeah, there's Lee's blurb. Good prose.
Good prose.
Prose is good. Good prose. Well done, Lee.
Prose is good. Good prose. Oh, I love it. What about you, MJ?
Yeah, so some of my honorable mentions are ones that, like, again, I'm late to the party on. Pretty much everyone probably here has read them. Best Served Cold by Joe Abercrombie. Finally read that. That overtook First Law trilogy, which was shocking for me that anything could overrule that for my favorite Abercrombie, but Best Served Cold won. Empire of the Vampire. I have not yet read the rest of the series, but it's on my shelf over there. But I really liked book one. I really enjoyed that. And then my best friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. I pulled a Greta with T. Kingfisher with Grady Hendrix this year.
Yo,
and I read,
you read at least like 3 of his books.
Dude, I read
at
like
least.
5 Grady Hendrix books this year.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
damn.
bonkers. Yeah. But my best friend's Exorcism was my personal favorite, where it's exactly what it sounds like. It's like set in the 80s, and your best friend gets possessed by the devil, and you have to figure it out. Or possessed by a demon. I guess we don't know. But then 2 other ones I want to shout out real quick. The Way Up is Death by Dan Hanks, which I know I think you read that
Yeah.
last year,
Dude,
Adrian,
that was one of my top 5 last year.
which is
This is
really
so
fun.
fun.
It's like a floating island with a tower appears over the city of London, and for no reason, and then like just a random assortment of people just get like beam me up Scottied onto it and have no context for what's going on and have to figure out like what it was really good. It was almost like gamification of survival. I don't know. It was really good. And then
I
my
mean,
last,
it's basically like escape or die. It's kind of like the basic concept of it. Yeah.
100%. But and then there's like layers to it, literally layers, I guess, in the floors of the tower, but like layers to like the story and like what's actually happening. And like, yeah, it was really good. And then this is my contribution to the weird, bonkers, off the wall horror Rex. Wolf Hunt, the entire series by Jeff Strand. It's literally book 1. It's 3 books. I binge read them in like a weekend. The first book is like about 2 like kind of crappy tier mobsters are in Florida, and they end up getting hired to take a guy in a cage from Florida to, I forget, Texas, whatever. They have to drive across half the country with this guy in a cage, and he's a werewolf, and like chaos ensues. So it's like a dark horror comedy. It's gore horror, so if you can't vibe with gore horror, probably don't pick this one up. But it's insane. So
Yeah,
there you go.
you describing that one to us.
That was a trip.
I I read some weird stuff, guys. If you want your unhinged Rex,
Go subscribe to our
me.
Patreon and read and listen to the playlist, and MJ will tell you about like tapeworms. And
I have at
werewolves and
least
shit.
one unhinged.
Give the people what they
horror
want.
Every
Give
month.
them what they want. No, like literally like a book about Boy Scouts and tapeworms, and
Yeah.
I will leave it at that.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Just
Sign me up.
Don't
Yeah.
let my
Do with that
grandma
what you
sweater
No questions.
fool you.
yeah,
Real
yeah.
book.
There is darkness beneath those gingerbread men.
Yes.
Oh my god! All right, I'm gonna read some picks from the live chat. We've got Jareth with Discovery, top 5 to 10, Guns of the Dawn, 11, 22, 63, Alice in Wonderland, Hero of Ages, good old Brando Sando. King's Sorrow, personal best of 2025. That's Joe Hill. I've heard
I've
amazing
really
things.
good
That is-
about
things
that.
there.
That
Yeah.
is like a
Yeah.
fat one. It's so thick. But I think
Yeah.
John, I think you got like you got a copy of that. I saw it on your social
I
media
do.
recently.
Yeah, I have a buddy read set up for that coming up.
Nice.
Nice.
Ashes of Man. That's Justin's favorite Sun Eater book. We got
Correct
Grufe,
answer.
who's starting Sun Eater next year.
Yes.
All right. The Devils by Joe Abercrombie.
It was
That
fun.
was like
a lot of fun.
that. It was fun. Yeah, but it's like popcorn Joe.
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
gonna say it's a little different from his usual, but I liked it.
Yeah. This one I've heard really good things about. The Buffalo
I've
Hunter
heard-
Hunter by
yeah.
Stephen Graham
Currently
Jones.
reading that one right now.
Nice.
It's very
really?
good.
I've
Yeah,
read
Laura
some
and I are
other
reading
Graham
it together.
Jones, and
Nice.
I've enjoyed his stuff, so I'm excited.
So
for that one.
good.
More people need to be talking about Jones's work because
Yeah.
they're all incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. He's a phenomenal writer. Yeah. All right, Laura, what are your honorable mentions?
So first one would be Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. This is a book that I read via audio, and I do think that that's the best way to read this book because the author herself is one of the narrators and it's absolutely incredible. It's a book that made me sob. It's a YA book about two girls that discover that they are sisters after their father dies. And I'll just leave it at that. It's a really short book and a lot about loss and coming to terms with your grief. Highly recommend. Another couple of books would be Digital Extremities and Animus Paradox by
Nice.
Adam Bassett. They are really great sci-fi. Digital Extremities is a collection of short stories that are sci-fi stories, and some of those stories really pack a punch. Adam is a really great writer. He's also got another book coming out next year. Copper Skin, Oaken Lungs, I think, is the title, and I'm really looking forward to that
He's also
one
got
too.
a story in the Book of Spores.
Yes, he does. And then just kind of random offshoot, Vinland Saga by Makoto Yukimura. Absolutely love
Nice.
that. And then Jujutsu Kaisen by Gigi Akutami. Love that as well. Those are two series that really just like have my heart, and I worry so much about the characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. I think about them all the time. I'm very concerned about them. So yeah, highly recommend both of those manga series.
I love the manga Rex. Vinland Saga is fantastic.
Oh, it's so good.
Like
My
the,
background on my
the
phone
anime
is-
and the manga are both fantastic. Yeah, yeah. Jacob, I feel like people are hating on your lukewarmness
God,
of
man.
the Devils.
Jacob's like, don't
Um,
call me out.
It's like the only book I've DNF'd. It's not for
Sometimes
me,
it's just
man.
not for you. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's totally
that's
fair.
okay.
That's totally
Everyone
fair.
can love it.
The
It's
most
fine.
fair. As the moodiest of all mood readers, I support all DNFing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, MJ.
Don't force yourself to read these things, and don't
Yeah.
peer
No.
pressure in the chat.
Right? It's not homework. It's supposed to be fun.
We do booktube and podcasting as hobbies. Come on, people. You don't
right.
hate that much for this. Oh, fantastic! We got some love for Vinland Saga, but this person is a little bit conflicted about the whole New World arc,
all of it made me sob. I loved all of it. I
and
think
and
it's
and
cool, though.
some Okie dude is calling us weeaboos. Respect, buddy. All right, John, go for it, bud.
Runners up, very close runners up. I would say Mystic River by Dennis Lehane.
Ooh, nice
Uh,
one.
Wow, just this amazing sense of place, this tragic, where these people, where caste system being stuck somewhere meets the ultimate family tragedy, and what will you do as a response to it? It's just it is one of the bleakest books I think I've ever read, and at the same time, it's just so well done, so beautiful. I couldn't stop reading it, but it was dark as dark could be. But I mean, definitely going to be one of my top reads of the year. And I have Shadows Upon Time, but for me, from Kingdoms of Death into Ashes of Man into Disquiet Gods into Shadows Upon Time, I pulled this one out because I think to like land a plane on like a series like this is so hard to actually like pull all the threads together and make it this tapestry that as you stand back and look at it, you go, oh, all the themes are there. Everything from the beginning was paid off. And he actually landed the plane so well. I think he landed on his own terms. And I think he created a series in the science fiction genre that I think is going to be talked about for decades and decades to come, which is the best thing any writer or artist could possibly hope for when he puts their work out there. And I think Christopher Rocchio actually pulled it off. I mean, I know not everybody loves it, but I think when you take some big swings and some chances with some things, not everybody's going to love it. If you played it safe, it maybe not be talked about for years after. And I think he kind of pulled it off. So especially the last one, it was hard to land the plane. I would also say Warhost of Vastmark, Wars of Light and Shadow. I mean, that book built up to such a crescendo by that point. It's the intimate story of these two brothers in a feud, and at the same time, the overwhelming cost of conflict, the way it builds up and pays off by that book. Man, what else? That's probably a good chunk for me.
Great picks, though. Yeah, I can't wait to continue with Sun Eater.
Yeah,
And Chris is-
Where are you at?
Not caught up either.
I finished book 3, so I'm pretty much like halfway through the series, and it's kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm in a good place. Book 1 was a little bit harder for me to get into, but even Chris will admit that book 1 is his weakest, and that's kind of like the
Well, and
plague
it's setting up the
being a
scaffolding
debut.
for so
Yeah.
much. too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But book 4 on is like the
Top
best
tier.
that the series gets.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Also, Jacob, you got some supporters here in the chat.
Where were you guys 2 minutes ago? Why?
When everyone,
I
when
was
everyone's
all alone
dumping
here.
on him, yeah. Oh man! All right, Hannah, what about you?
So for my honorable mentions, Revenge Arc by Kat Valor. This is an amazing indie book. If you're going to read it, make sure you go out and buy the actual physical copy. That is my recommendation because it has beautiful editing inside it that you do not get from the Kindle version. It is about a woman who creates horror films and horror comic series, and it's about parasocial relationships as someone becomes obsessed with her and intends to kidnap her, and it is dark and twisty and you will never guess the ending. It has multiple media formats. Everyone go out and read it. So freaking good. Also honorable mentions, Raybearer by Jordan Ifueko. This, if you're looking for, we were talking about African fantasy. This is Nigerian inspired fantasy about a young girl who was born to kill a king and her entire experience with this. And it has sudden twists that you aren't expecting, just the same as Kat Valor. I have a favorite type of book. But Jordan creates this beautiful world. It is YA, but it's dark. Like it goes so hard. So I think it's a beautiful duology. Everyone go read both books. And then last but certainly not least, The Tusks of Extinction by Ray Naylor. This is a sci-fi book where elephants are going extinct and there are people trying to bring mammoths back into the world to replace them. And we have how timely it is. And I actually listened to this via audio. So Jacob, you said you're an audiobook fan. I think it's a beautiful audiobook. It has great narration to it. And it's about different types of people. Like there is someone who's hunting a mammoth. There is someone who was obsessed with mammoths and is this scientist. And then there's another character who I kind of forget what happened with them. It's been a while since I read it, but I loved all 3 narrations. They have different vocals throughout each. So highly recommend the audiobook for that. Another one where the ending was a little bit unexpected and I don't know how I feel about it, but I was along for the ride and I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah, Ray Naylor's great. And also, it's like, again, short books.
I love a
Short
short
books.
book this year.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
If our pod has taught us anything today, it's that they like short books, and the world could do with some more.
And I love this
shorter
though
ones.
because I just jotted down like half of all the stuff you guys have said today, and I'm glad
Yep.
some of them are short.
Wait, if we come back next year, we're gonna be like, this was 1,200 pages, and it was worth every second.
You've overcorrected. Oh no.
Oh, no. What did we do?
What was the name of the one about parasocial relationships, Hannah?
That's called Revenge Arc by Kat Valor.
Okay. It sounds similar to like one of my favorite movies of all time, so I want to pick that one up.
That's also a
Definitely.
great author name too, Kat Valor.
Kat Valor.
Yeah.
We actually did a deep dive with her for Indie Mission, and we had her on the podcast, and she is a rad human being. So definitely
Oh my
go
gosh.
Super cool.
send her some love and buy
Okay,
her
well, now I
books.
want the book even more.
It's a beautiful book to look at. I mean, the plot, not beautiful.
Laura is here to say have
Terrifying.
parasocial relationships.
Oh my god.
Stock creators. That's what Laura's
What
telling
a
you.
No,
take.
don't end this on that
How
note.
beautiful.
Please.
You just see MJ and I like.
Just like, yeah, we're done here. Oh my god. Yeah, this is one I'm looking forward to for next year, Where the Axe is Buried. That's another one by Ray Naylor. He's just a great author.
His covers are also
general.
gorgeous. Like, just
Yeah.
go look at the covers.
Just go to a bookstore and just like stare at them
Stare at it.
and then buy them.
Yeah.
That is one of my hobbies.
I mean, I hope it's all of our hobbies is just go to a bookstore and stare at stuff and then
Yeah.
decide to put
Yeah, and then buy it. Say I'm gonna
Yeah.
just stare at it and then end up buying it. That's
Can't-
the expensive part of the hobby, but yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That's why Jacob has a second shelf. It all
That's
comes
it.
full circle.
Yeah, that's exactly
There we
why.
go.
Next year when we record, he'll have a third one.
Exactly.
I'm in an
Oh my
apartment. There's not
God.
enough space.
I
Don't put that in the
don't
air.
know
MJ.
No,
where-
you make space. You make space.
You make
Jacob.
space, buddy.
Or next year
You're just gonna see them getting
closer.
closer and closer, just coming off the floor.
It's
Greta,
like
I'm here
stadium
for it.
seating.
Use your local library.
Use your
to-
local library.
There we go.
Is Jacob going to start booktubing from the library now? I mean, it is quiet, so it works. Also, John, someone in the chat recommended this. I definitely agree. The Hunger in the Dusk is some of the most like beautiful comic art I've seen and like coloring.
Cool.
But also the storyline is really cool because it's basically like it's from multiple perspectives. It's like there are some human characters and then there are some orc characters, and the orc characters kind of like gives orcs much more depth than they're usually given, much like Orconomics, MJ, but just like this is more of like a, you know, the orcs and the humans exist in a world that is being invaded by some like shadowy kind of alien race kind of thing. So it's really cool, but like truly stunning artwork. Really good.
Always looking for good comics.
Yeah. A public promise from John that live ships will happen in 26.
You know what? I was
You owe
so
me money
serious
for not doing it this year.
I
don't
know. I was so serious
Robin
about starting.
Hood? Yeah,
I was
man.
so serious about getting back to Elderlings and starting live ship traders. I told Jacob if I didn't in 2025, I would pay him money, and I have to pay him money.
All right, there you go. There you go. Hopefully, I mean 2026, man. Get on it.
That's how much it has to happen.
Fantastic
Do,
series.
do we want that like you owe me money in 2026? Because I'll take
No,
that.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
Also, Jacob's not going to get a library card. He's just going to use his fridge.
I love it.
That's a solid plan. That's a solid plan.
man.
You
Yeah.
don't need
Solid
food
plan.
when you got books.
There's
That's
there's
true.
shelves in there already.
I mean,
Food for thought, indeed.
if mushrooms have taught me anything, it's that books are really good fuel. So
What a note to leave us
And
on.
on that note, yeah.
Thank
Go
you
eat-
for
go-
words to
go eat
live
your
by.
books. Go eat your books, people. Grow some mushrooms in them. This has been fantastic, and I appreciate
No,
all
so
of
much
you.
fun, guys.
Honestly, like
Yeah.
all these book recs have been great. Everyone in the chat, you've all been phenomenal and so interactive and just awesome recs in your own right. And this has just been a very beautiful way to close out a fantastic year of podcasting and content creation and all that fun stuff. So everyone who's tuning in from SFF Addicts and FanFiAddict, everyone from Talking Story, OWWR Pod. I really appreciate all of you, and I'll just give everyone a little chance to shout themselves out a little bit and promote your stuff, and then we'll wrap this up. Greta?
Yeah, you can find me online, mostly on Instagram at Greta K. Kelly, and go ahead and check out my books if you're interested in a fantasy duology that's kind of like The Princess Bride, but make her a necromancer. Check out The Frozen Crown. Or if you like heist and hijinks, that kind of like D&D, if you can't stop rolling natural ones and you accidentally get into a fight with the fallen god, the things. And of course, you can find me over on SFF Addicts Pod as well with Adrian and MJ.
Jacob?
If you're watching from the SFF Addicts live stream, hi, we're from Talking Story. I think we're in the description somewhere. If you're watching from our live stream, you're already here. Thanks for being here. And if you want to check out our book, it's called Discovery. My dad's got it over there. We wrote it together as well as my mom. We all wrote it together as a family. It's kind of a cosmic horror with a take on what would happen in the real world if Cthulhu was discovered in the ocean. So that's fun.
And I can't wait to read it. That'll be on my 2026. That'll be like my live show.
Or you owe us money.
I was about to say, do you want to make it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna show up and be like, John the Mint, here's your bag of money.
Yay!
But be expecting the nipple ratings.
Yeah.
I would be honored.
Oh man!
Oh my god! Yeah.
Adrian, I want a blurb, and you know what I'm saying.
Blurb incoming.
The most
Special
chaotic
edition
blurb.
coming
was a
soon.
nipple.
The only thing about the special edition that's different is that it's got a blurb from Adrian with the nipple rating.
Just on the entire back
Right on the
cover
cover.
is just
Yeah.
Right at the top.
Because
Our names aren't even on it anymore.
Your dad
No.
showed me the artwork, and it's beautiful. I'll just like smear some nipples all over that, man.
There you go, man.
Smear.
I don't know what you want me to say. Rita. Oh my god! All right, John, continue after that train wreck.
Yeah. What am I gonna do with that?
Thank you for not passing it to me, Adrian.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Hey, Jacob said it so well. It was just so fun to be with all you guys and hear all your picks, and this was such a treat for me to be a part of it. Adrian, thanks so much for inviting us. Love you, man. Everyone, Greta, MJ, was so wonderful meeting you in person this year. Laura and Hannah, so wonderful meeting you tonight. It was just a great time. I really appreciate being here.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you. Laura?
Again, thanks so much for having us. It's really fun to just chat about books with people because I feel like I don't have enough conversations about books in real life. So this is always a treat. But you can find our pod at ourpod.com. We're also on Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok at OWWR Pod.
And you
then
can subscribe to the podcast on YouTube because we do post to YouTube. It's not our beautiful faces, unfortunately. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah. But yeah, you can find us at all those places. And then me personally, I'm on Blue Sky and Instagram. You can find me over there. I'm at my pod on Instagram or on Blue Sky, and then on Instagram I'm at Good Books Great Goats. So I post pictures of my cute little goats.
That Instagram handle so much.
She does have great goats, everyone. So
Wow.
go see
Yeah.
the goats.
The goats
Their little
are, in
faces.
fact, better than the books.
I know.
So,
But yeah, you can find me there. And thanks again for having us.
oh, our pleasure. Appreciate it. Hannah, anything you want to add?
Nope, just follow us all over there. I also have a personal Instagram at brews.and.books. So if you want to see my very infrequent posts over there, you can follow me there.
Awesome. MJ?
Yeah. So, hi, I'm MJ. Thanks,
Hi.
Talking Story folks, for having us on your channel too. This has been super fun, super great conversation. Yeah, you can find me mostly over on SFF Addicts. I'm on Instagram at mjkuhnbooks. mjkuhn.com is my website where all my stuff is. And if you want a story about a heist where everything goes wrong because all of our heisters are terrible people that are actually plotting against each other, but they have really great quips. Check it out.
And there's a sequel, Thick as Thieves.
There
And
is
it's
a sequel,
complete
Thick
duology.
as Thieves. Yeah, it's a complete duology.
Thieves.
Yeah, thick
Thick-
ass
thick
thieves, as we like
ass
to say on the
thieves, baby.
podcast.
And
That's
Thick ass
actually-
thieves.
That's the remake.
Great nipple scale on
Wink,
that.
wink.
Big
Oh, off the charts. Off the
Yeah,
charts.
I've heard that duology is just smeared with nipples.
Yeah, smeared, man.
Just
Smeared.
smeared.
Everywhere.
Smeared.
Nipples
Yeah.
all the way down.
All the way. Oh my God! Wow. You can find me at Adrian M. Gibson all across the board on social media. How do I follow this up now?
I'm not going to try for a segue, Adrian.
Yeah, just jump right in there.
Going
Jump
right
in with
through.
both feet.
All the
Oh,
way
nipples.
down, dude. All the way down. Nipples first. You can find me at Adrian M. Gibson. You can check out my book, Mushroom Blues. It's a fungal noir murder mystery with mushroom people in a city made of fungi and human colonizers who have basically taken over the city. And yeah, it's quite dark. John liked it. So,
I did.
Yeah, so I appreciate that. That'll just be my blurb from him. I did. John Minton.
Yeah.
And you can find me on SFF Addicts every week where we're interviewing different authors. So if you're tuning in from Talking Story, go check out our episodes. We've had some really awesome conversations recently, like Jay Kristoff, Christopher Rocchio, Alex E. Harrow, a bunch of others. So go check out what we do there. Also, if you want to check out our WorldCon panel that we did, that we mentioned at the top of this episode, you can go watch it in full over at our YouTube channel or on Brandon Sanderson's channel. And then the Book of Spores anthology is still live. So go back that, go check it out until 5 p.m. Eastern on December 4th. And thank you to everyone who supported the Kickstarter so far. You're all amazing. And thank you to all of you for tuning into this madhouse of a panel. Apologies to the Talking Story viewers who are probably used to something a little bit more tame, but we brought the chaos today.
Yeah, no,
And
that's what we wanted.
We brought the best out of Jacob and John.
That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. I think Mushroom Blues it's a fantastical world that is eerily reminiscent of our own and has a lot to say, and it's also just smeared with nipples.
Thanks, man. Yeah, smeared with fungi and nipples. Yeah, or fungi that look like nipples, because there are a lot of nipples.
There are a lot of those. Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you, John. I really appreciate that, and thank you all to everyone in the live chat. You've all been absolutely amazing, and we will throw the links, throw the list of.
Oh no.
Of all the books that
Oh.
we discussed on this show, we'll throw that in the description. Oh,
Wait, did
okay.
I cut out?
You
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
All right, it was seamless.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone noticed.
MJ jumped in there for me. I appreciate
It's
it.
past your
Yeah.
curfew. That's it.
Oh, dude, my sons are gonna like wake me up in the middle of the night. They're gonna be like, "I don't care if you went to sleep late, Dad. That's just life." So, it is what it is. But yeah, all the links for everyone you can find in the description, all the books and everything like that. We hope you have had an amazing 2025 and that you're ready to read some more amazing books in 2026. And we'll leave it at that. Nipples all the way down. Thank you all so much. And see you in the new year.
Bye, everybody.